I thought it would be good for us to have my mom here too, so she can kind of give her input and, we could just have this really real discussion about just dimming our light and how many of us probably start doing this, unknowingly, starting as a child, honestly, and the effects that it has on you when you're growing up, how it affects you when it comes to like imposter syndrome, just who you allow in your life, what you deal with and what you accept, the type of treatment that you accept, who you attract, opportunities that you may get or may not get because you're dimming your light. And I just want to discuss that because I think this is such a huge, important topic. And I know that I'm not alone in this. So yeah, this is going to be a good one. Your name is Igbo and it means God is kind. I love that. I love that. So right now we've got like 90 ladies in. So that's good. You guys shock me every single time. I never expect to have as many women online within 5 minutes. It was crazy. So I thank you guys for being here with me tonight and my mom.
You guys inspired me. Thank you so much. By doing this with my daughter, make me want to do better myself. And that's why I'm working out every day.
Y'all, okay, so y'all want to hear how my mother does boot camp? Like every single boot camp, y'all. I did not say Pilates or yoga. I'm talking about boot camp. Like she be running up and down the steps and doing stuff. Like my mother is seriously working out, so it's actually inspiring me. So yeah, we're twins. Oh my God, that's such a compliment because I always feel like if God made me look exactly like my mom, I would have been a menace when I was in my 20s, y'all. God knew I would have been a menace. Okay, I'm telling y'all. But anyway.
Smart.
Bolt is here too. And he loves my mom. So anyway. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started, you guys. So first and foremost, I want to give you guys a little backstory, a little story time, if you will. Just discussing like things that I realized in the past couple months that really changed me and really shaped me as a young girl. Things that just happened unknowingly, but like I said, I've had some realizations and I had these moments where I'm just kind of like, oh, this makes sense. So I remember being younger. I think I had to be in like middle school and I was going to a new school. I lived in Irvington, New Jersey, but I was going to another school, a private school that was just right next to the city. It neighbored the city, South Orange. If anybody's from Jersey, then you'll know. But anyway, I remember walking into, I think it was the gym for whatever reason that day. I walked in and so all the kids are in the gym, so there's girls, there's boys and stuff like that. And when I walked in, there was like a group of boys who noticed me walking in and they kind of like had a reaction to me. One in which I thinking back, I don't think I cared at all in that way. But I remember not the reaction of the boys, but the reaction of the other girls, which was very much kind of like like just that vibe, like, ew, like who does she think she is? And let me tell you what something like that does as a young girl. Me, especially being me being someone who just always wants everybody to be happy. And I'm a people pleaser. That moment, I remember thinking like, oh, wait, what did I do? You know what I mean? Like, it was just wait, what just happened here? Because I was just walking in, right? But to see how all the girls immediately switched, some of them being friends at the time, just switched and just their whole energy shifted towards me, really changed me. It really, really changed me. And I don't think I realized it back then, but I do realize it now that I didn't like that me walking in, getting a reaction from people that I don't even care about, that would cause that type of reaction from girls that I liked, or kids that I thought were my friends. To me, that was like, well, I don't want whatever I just did. I don't want to do that again. You know what I'm saying? And although I don't remember everything from my childhood, obviously, I do know that I shrank a little bit. And especially because I didn't know what I did to get that reaction from these girls. I didn't know what I was doing or what had happened. You know what I mean? I was literally just being me. But I think because I'm a people pleaser and because I can see the I don't want to say disgust, but it was just kind of like I don't know what type of look. It was almost kind of like I offended them, like I did something to them. And it was like, well, I don't want to, we good, right? And that's the nice girl. That's the people pleaser, just trying to make sure that I didn't personally do anything. So I shrank. Now, there's some things that I just couldn't change about myself. And as I got older, these things would happen again. One other incident was me being in high school and me getting jumped by 10 girls. You remember that?
I'll never forget it.
10 girls, 8 of which I had no idea who they were, never met them a day in my life. They knew me, 2 of the girls I did know. And that was so eye-opening to realize that I had such an impact on girls or that I didn't know. And we had to mediate, and we were in mediation. And, the principal's like, what did this girl do to y'all? I mean, because 10 girls, y'all, they could have killed me if we're being honest. 10 girls stomping on you, pulling your hair, kicking you in your head. They could have killed me, y'all, but at the same time, now I don't want y'all to think that after that actually put a battery in my back and powered me up. And I'll talk about that too, using certain situations not to make you run home and be scared, but honestly using it and flipping it and making it a superpower. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. But in mediation, when they asked why these girls didn't like me, it was, well, because when she walks down the hallway, she thinks she's all that. That blew my mind. Because you can simply exist, but you can exude some sort of energy, okay? And it will bother people. That's not something to shy away from. I did. I'm not going to lie. Those are the things that I was just like, dang, like, what am I doing? Because I couldn't put my finger on it. You're talking about a girl who's 14, right? So these things are happening to me much, much younger. And that shaped me, you guys. That really, really shaped me. And it really made me dim my light. It's the reason why I am the way that I am. And I'll say there's negative things that happened with that, where I honestly would just dim my light, number one, for other people, not be the best version of myself in fear of offending people, right? But at the same time, it is a major reason why I'm the way I am when it comes to women. It's the reason why I feel like I want to tell every single woman that don't do that, especially not with me. That's why I don't do this and say, okay, let me keep all that. Let me just get fine by myself. Let me work on myself in all aspects by myself. No, we're going to do it together, because there's more than enough room out here for us to shine together. So I'm not mad at any of those things that has happened. Everything happens for a reason. I actually feel blessed that I went through that. I'm more blessed for the awareness that God has given me to recognize that was what was happening and to change that, or change the perspective. So good came out of it. This is the reason why when y'all hear me like, I don't want to do this by myself, y'all. I don't want to do this on my own. Do it with me. It's because we both could shine, baby. I don't feel no type of way. Okay. I'm that friend that I'm not letting my friend go out looking crazy. Okay. I want everybody to look good. I want everybody to feel good about themselves around me, because I don't need to be the brightest star in the galaxy. Okay. Being a star is enough, right?
To be successful and help to be successful.
Yeah.
It's all that.
Yeah. Especially that too. Especially when it comes to success, right? Because you need to have an abundant mindset, right? I won't say, I would never get up here and be like, oh, well, I'm not going to tell you all my secrets for YouTube. You know why? Because if I tell you everything, then you might be a bigger YouTuber than me. No. The difference between you and I is the fact that we're different people. So you'll have a different level of success, a different audience. It's not going to take away from me to share what I've
I get
learned,
it. Mhm.
I have no problem. Y'all know one thing I do not do is gatekeep, okay? Because I have an abundant mindset. Like, I want you to do, I want you to do better than me. I want you to do better than me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wanted to start this off by just telling you these two things that really shaped me as a woman, and how they might have been negative things, but I do see the positive in them, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful that they've happened. But we need to discuss why if you are dimming your light currently, why you need to stop, okay? And the effects of that, and how you won't really live just a really fulfilling life if you continue to do it. You know what I'm saying? What do you think, Mom?
That's a good start. What do you ladies think?
Yeah, let's read some comments. Let me read some of the comments. Yeah, jealousy is real. It was definitely sad, but you guys, I walked back into just so you know, I got jumped on a Friday. I walked back into school after that weekend with my head held high, okay? Because a couple of them walked away with black eyes. I was fine. I was fine. Let me tell you that now, okay? I did not hide. I walked in with my head held high because that was some cowardly shit, okay?
They would have beat the crap out of me. I don't have to fight at all.
Well, I don't even think it's about knowing how to.
Oh
Well,
my
I
gosh, my
don't.
daughter, you know you can act like that, because me, I would not have been able to defend myself at her age the way she did with 10 girls. I would not have been able to do it, because I had a fight with one girl and she whooped my butt.
but were you afraid to fight her? Were you afraid to fight her, or did she just whoop your butt while y'all were fighting?
Listen, she whooped my butt while I was fighting. I don't know whether I was afraid or not. I was young. I was also young. I was like,
Where's she at?
maybe 11,
Where's she at
12
now?
years old. You know,
I need to see. I need to meet this woman.
I was bullied. Believe it or not, you women, I was bullied.
Oh, Mom, I'm
only
sorry.
because my mother kept me a certain way. You know, I had
Yeah.
long hair. So, but the thing is, at a young age, for us girls to be jealous or insecure, whatever we may call it. But when we start getting to be even over 20, we're in our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, because I'm almost at 70, right? If I walk in when I walk in a room, some places I walk in a room, I can tell all the people that like me and dislike me, because I pay attention. I can see it, and it's sad to me.
I got you, boo.
It's really sad, because if I walk in and I see women that look beautiful, I'm gonna tell you beautiful. If you're having a conversation and I overheard you, and I'm gonna be like, I think I can help this person. Some of them take it well, some of them don't say anything, you know. And I have friends that I've helped that got so jealous, came to my face to tell me, I think I'm more. But we can do better. That's the one reason. Thank God my daughter mentioned what she wanted to discuss. I feel like, let me be there. As long as we know who we are, that's all that matters. And let's not change ourselves, because a lot of people have been burned so much. Right now, even now, I've been burned so much. I have family members, I have best friends that are telling me, you need to change.
Yeah.
You need to do different.
Yeah.
You need to stop trusting. But that's not who I am. If I find someone that need my help, I'm going to help. And don't get me wrong, ladies. Sometimes they change their mind and they come back and say, I'm sorry. I can't believe that's who you are. I didn't know. We need to learn to know people before we give our negative answers, reaction, or judge people just by seeing them. We already assume. We don't know.
But I also feel like, honestly, people do that because they see you doing something, right? And that triggers something within them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see somebody doing something and you wonder why they're doing it. And I think it's because you're showing them something that they either would never do or they would never do, and it makes them feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
They want to do, but they don't know how to do it.
Right.
You know,
that too.
It depends.
That too, for sure. There could be like, you could own a business and you'll get a lot of criticism from people who, will be telling you what you can do, what you can't do, how something's impossible to do. It could be jealousy, but it can also be the fact that they don't believe that they could do it. They don't believe that they could do it. So they're projecting. And it's so important for you to be able to tell the difference between that projection and just reality. Like, it's so important for you not to believe what people say about you. Okay. So I want to get that out there. Let me read some of I went through something similar, then had 3 daughters and had to explain the world. Yeah, man. Especially when you have girls. Hey, Jackie. She says she feels like she's found her tribe. I feel the same way. I feel like, this is the reason why, in every video I talk to you guys and I tell you guys how much I love you, how much I appreciate you, because knowing a little bit more of what I've gone through when it comes to just women, finding like-minded women is just so difficult. It's just so difficult. Like, sometimes people are in these secret competitions with you when they don't have to be. It's like, I am not your enemy, sis. I am not your enemy. I am your ally. The thing is, I love women so much. I love being a woman. I feel like it's a pleasure and a privilege to be a woman. Do you know, I would never, ever trade places with a man. I would never trade place. I love being a woman. It is probably the best gift that I have ever been given. All right. We are just so smart. We're so resilient. We give life. Okay. Like, the world wouldn't run without us. Let's be for real. You can't even send your man out to the grocery store without him calling you 4-5 times. Okay, with picture in hand to ask you whether this is what it is that you asking for, and then still come back with the wrong thing. Like, let's be for real. Okay, women rule the world. And I think I want you guys to look at yourselves in the mirror and recognize that being a woman alone makes you powerful.
We can multitask good. That's why they say we have eyes in the back of our head, on the side. We can do so many
things. Yeah. We are one of them ones. Like, we're just not anybody. Just us being women, period, is super magical. And I hope you guys understand that. And I hope you guys believe that. And a lot of the negative things that are said about women, or how we try to make how men and some other women, because women will start believing the things too, right? They'll start believing it and they'll start judging you. And we see this all the time, women judging other women. We're believing that we aren't as powerful as we really are. And if you look at history, women used to run the world, and it's starting to happen again because history repeats itself. When you look at music, when you look at anything going on right now, women are running things. Okay. So just sit in your power and just remember the fact that being a woman alone is what makes you powerful. Then after that, you need to just start working on the things that are going to help you brighten right back up. Okay, so let's talk about some of those things. Let's talk about the cost of shrinking yourself first and foremost. Let me look. Let me see. It's Venus. Hold on. And us that rules our love for people, sis. Yes. Bree, what are you laughing at, boo? Yes, it's so sad that the world focuses more on negative than the positive.
Yes, it is sad.
It's more sad because I think if people recognize that they are essentially the creators of their life experience, what you think about, you bring about. This is the reason why. And a lot of people really, truly hate when I say that I don't watch the news, that people have to tell me about a lot of current events and they're like, oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do this. No, I'm sorry. Everybody has their thing, but I'm not going to impress upon my mind what people want me to think and believe. Okay. I make the decision on the information that I want to take in every single day. And it's definitely not going to be propaganda. Okay. And fear mongering or negativity. I don't want to hear about something. I tell you guys, I block things like the Shade Room, gossip sites, anything that's negative. If I'm not looking at a fitness girly, a fashion girly, makeup girly, spirituality, positivity, motivation, business, I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at it at all. Y'all gonna have to tell me what's going on, okay? I told you guys before, I didn't even know Trump had got shot. I didn't even believe my son. I thought he was joking. I thought it was a prank. I thought it was a prank. But so let's discuss just some of the things that can really affect you if you are dimming your light. Let's just talk with opportunities, okay? Opportunities that you might be well qualified for. Have you ever felt like you were in a room full of other people, wanted to really stand up and show who you were, but you don't? You don't, because you're dimming your light. You're trying not to show off or speak up. Things like that could like really make you miss out on opportunities. I have a lot of people who follow me and who are subscribers who are also who want to be content creators, right? And you have this fear of being seen. We need to stop that. We need to stop. And that's coming from somebody who had a fear of being seen. I've had this fear of being seen and just really stepping into my own power. What you laughing at, Ma?
There's still some of that. And of course, I keep telling her, I said, listen, you can do that. She said, yeah, but I'm working on it.
Well, yeah.
Because she doesn't want people to see her as that person, right? She's not that person. So when she goes in a room, like if we go to a party, she'll sit down. She said, no, she sit quietly. But if you come and you talk to her, you can see all of Natalie comes out, right?
Right.
Because she doesn't know what's on the other side, who's thinking what. I think it's there.
Yeah, it's
definitely mother.
No. Well, I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree. But I'm also I'm an introverted person. I talk about that all the time, though, you guys. Like, this is the reason why, for one, like a wedding was out of the question for me. Out of the question. There's no way I'm walking down an aisle with a couple hundred people just like that in itself was absolutely terrifying for me. And I just did not want to be like, the center of attention. That's what it feels like. That it feels like all eyes on you. And that's why I think it's easy for me to vlog, you guys, which is ironic, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I do not mind meeting my girls in person. So this is completely different. But when it comes to just like walking in a room and everybody just turns around to look at you, oh my God. And I know that this comes from childhood traumas. I understand that, but it's just who I am. And I don't want to make a scene. I don't want to be the one who walks in late and everybody turns around. They're like, there she goes. I don't want to be that girl. I do not want to cause a stir. I'm not there yet. But there's things that I have powered through recently that even got me to turn the camera on. Okay. Because you can have a fear of being seen and not turning on the camera and vlogging, speaking on the things that will help somebody else. It took me a really long time to get here. I had to work through a lot of things in order to get to where I'm at now. There was a lot of limiting beliefs. There was a lot of imposter syndrome. I've worked through a lot of those things. Now, me being introverted, that's still there. So yeah, my mother's the opposite. She's completely extroverted. She's I'm going to walk in late so that way everybody's going to be like, she's here. I'm just kidding.
But listen, if I walk in, music's playing,
she's going to dance.
Looking at me.
She's going to dance.
It's all about me. Not that I don't care about everybody. I care about people. I'm going to bring you out. But when I walk in, I don't.
Okay. So she said she's a doctor, and many times she doesn't tell people because they'll treat you differently. I get that.
That is so true.
That's so sad that we cannot be the magnificent. Like, that is just crazy.
I hear
that people act like that, where you have these amazing accomplishments. Oh my God, thank you, Bree. Thank you so much, love. It's like, how am I missing that? Did somebody else? Yeah. So, hey, just thank you so much, just Jana, for she just signed up for membership. Thank you, boo. But yeah, it is so sad that we can't accomplish these things and just be, have somebody just give us like flowers. You know what I mean? Like, why are we not applauding? Why are we not saying yes? Like, why are we not doing that and uplifting each other? Let me tell you what, whenever I meet somebody who's accomplished, I am so inspired. I get chills for other people. Like, dang, like you did that. It's immediate respect. And we have to ask ourselves as women, if we're getting triggered by someone else, like being their best selves, we got to figure out why that's triggering us, right? We need to use that as a moment to mirror like ourselves, figure out why is that triggering me? What is that accomplished person's, what is that a person's accomplishment telling me about myself? I think that's so important to try to figure out why these things are triggering. They'll assume you're bragging. Yeah, I think we just got to get into the point too, you know, where we don't care what other people think.
The truth is, we don't even have to say anything for them to assume. It's not like you go bragging, but if the conversation come up, they find out who you are.
It's like, what are we supposed to do? Lie?
Problem.
You can't. You
what I
shouldn't
mean?
lie.
I mean,
You know.
that's their problem, and that's when we keep going. The idea is to keep to see it as soon as we see it, to walk away from it, and keep on going as if we've never seen it. We've never seen it.
We got to get into the habit of not caring about what other people think. I also feel like another thing that can happen when you're dimming your light is you attract people who actually love the fact that you dim your light. They love the dimmed version of you, right? Because you're never going to outshine them, right? So they keep you around. I know girls like that, guys. I know girls like that who only hang with certain girls, okay? And they hang with the girls that they you know, they mistreat them slightly, right? But they think that they have a one up on them for whatever reason, and they only hang with those types of women. And it's so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me. In my age, I don't want to be friends with people like that. Also, if you have a friend that you hang out with all the time, like you're always in their face, you're always kikiing with them, but you talk about them when they're not around, oh, that's the fastest way for us not to be friends, baby, because that means you also talking about me. You're going to talk about me too, you know? Those aren't really friends. So dimming your light, it's not going to bring the type of people that you even want to have in your life that's going to, one, help you to continue to elevate. You're just going to it's people who are going to want you to stay stagnant. They're always going to shoot you down. So important for you to kind of stand in your power and let yourself shine. Whatever it is that you are good at, don't be uncomfortable about it. You got to say it with your chin held high and just be confident in it, and just make sure you remove yourself out of the rooms where people don't appreciate who you are. I think he wants to go out. You okay, Bobo? I think he wants to go out. I don't know if you feel like you.
Excuse me, lady. Oh, yes.
Yeah, you can tell. All right, let me read. Yeah, I hate that. Pick me girls. Yes. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Not up front. You got to watch him. Yeah, yeah. So that right there is like major, and why it's so important for you to just really stay in your power. I really think that it's something that we have to work on every single day. I'm not saying that it's something where you're going to wake up one day and just be like, okay, well, here we go. Let's shine. I do think something like this takes work. And some of the things that I did was I had to stop speaking negatively to myself and thinking negatively about myself. You know, so it's going to start with a lot of affirmations. It's going to start with just a lot of positive self-talk. And it's also going to be about looking at your environment and figuring out if the people that are in your life are wanting you to dim yourself and just removing yourself from that crowd. It's okay. I am the queen of one thing. I'm sorry. And I won't apologize for this. I will ghost you if you're draining my energy. I will just stop talking to you clean if you're draining my energy. That's it. No explanation. I don't have to. I don't want to. I've gotten the bad vibe. The energy has been drained. We're not aligning. I will stop talking to you. I've done it. And not in a, I'm not mad. I just don't want to align myself with your energy. We don't have the same mindset. If you're not a girl's girl, if you're not healed yet, it's like, I'll love you from afar, right? Get yourself right. And if something changes, I'll be open to it. But I have no problems now removing myself from situations and people who no longer serve me, especially when it comes to my peace and my happiness, my growth as a human being, my growth as a soul, having a human experience. I don't want to waste any more time, and I want you to feel the same way, right? Because It's so important to like love yourself. And this is another thing that you could do to kind of stand in your power. Start taking care of yourself, right? Start taking care of the body that you're in. Show it some gratitude.
Spiritually.
Yeah, show it some gratitude, okay? Because this is just a meat suit. Honestly, in the grand scheme of things, it's just a meat suit. What's inside is so much more important. Okay, we're here to have this beautiful human experience. We're here to expand. We're here to learn. So it's okay when we make mistakes, but we have to learn from them, grow from them. The whole goal is to remember who we truly are. So we don't have time to play around. So you need to choose yourself at all times. Choose yourself first, and then you can serve. Then you can serve. Like for me, I think true happiness didn't come for me until I realized that I found more purpose in serving than I do anything else. So when I get on here and I'm talking to you guys and I'm trying to drop gems, I'm trying to tell you guys what I'm learning. I'm trying to tell, like when I get on camera and I'm having these realizations and things that pop in my mind, I'm only sharing them with you because the way that it's positively changed my life, I want that for you guys as well. Okay. And I take pleasure in that. I take pleasure in that. That's the most important thing to me. And I do think that the goal is to serve. That is our goal, is to serve. And however you're able to do that. I mean, everybody has their own path, obviously. For me, I just want to uplift women. You know what I mean? And that's what makes me feel like I'm shining bright, so to speak. You know what I mean? What about you? You look nice. You see her with the red on?
I'm her mother. That's another thing, ladies. I love colors. I love red, orange, white. I'm always like, my daughter now, when I see her with something blue,
With color on?
with color on, I'm like, you know?
Yeah. I wonder if, oh my gosh, Bree, you are just so sweet. I appreciate y'all so much.
You gotta read some so I can hear.
What did Claudine say? I missed something. You said that was a hard habit to break. What was it? Yeah, choosing herself. Yep. Now that's difficult. That's difficult. I'll say choosing myself has been probably one of the most difficult things that I've done, but the most rewarding. Absolutely changed my life, choosing myself. And I think there has to come some sort of breaking point, something that makes you say like enough is enough. Enough is enough, because we don't have to kill ourselves off. You know what I mean? To make other people happy. We don't have to do that. I don't believe that that's what God wants for us at all. I think our purpose is to be the greatest version of ourselves. This is the reason why I honestly believe for some people this might be different, and there might be some different reasons why some people want more all the time. But I do think just as a human being, when I hit like an accomplishment, it's like, all right, that was cool. You know, like I imagined this thing, I manifested this thing. Let me see what else I can manifest. To me, that's like the goal. Always shooting to be better and better and better. That to me feels like the purpose is always elevating and always getting better at being who you are. And then the closer you get to that, the more, like, I feel like there's this spiritual awakening that's happening worldwide. I see more people across my timeline speaking more about getting closer to God, and however they need to do that, because everybody's different. You guys know I am not Christian, so I want to be completely transparent. I am not Christian, but I definitely believe in God, you know? And I do see that a lot of people are really aligning themselves with the power of God, and their lives are changing for the better, you know, having that faith in themselves. You know what I mean? So we need to stop playing small. And depending on what, and if you've identified things that have made you play it small, it's time to release that. And it's time for you to start like standing tall and believing in yourself, speaking kindly to yourself, taking care of yourself, taking care of your home. You guys know recently I went crazy just trying to get my house organized and clean and just refreshing the energy so that way I can be creative and I can have some clarity. Those little things, cleaning your house, eating healthy, moving your body, those are the things that show gratitude, and they really help propel your life. It's like the jumping off point. So I think that's so important. Like my mom, and my mom is big on that, like cleaning the space, cleaning the energy in the space, because you can't think in
I
chaos.
can think. I cannot think.
She goes
I
crazy.
cannot. I cannot do chaos. Everything needs to have a home.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think it's because of how I grew up. That's why I love my parents. I love them. With their negative things, Maïsien. So you people know how Haitians are, right?
Yeah.
But my mom, both my mom and dad, thank God, said you need to know if there is a blackout, you need to be able to walk in that house and find out where your candle or your lighter is.
That's a word.
So things have to be organized for me. So I grew up like that. And now that I'm getting older, guess what? It's worse. I'm at home, even me, I get tired of it. So,
and you just feel better. I mean, you immediately feel better.
When I tell you, you sleep better, you wake up better, you're a happier person.
It's so true.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, even if you are in one room, those are the things that people don't think about, right? Like for me, everybody think I'm extra. So of course, I give birth to extra. So people always judging both mother and daughter. And I'm like, it's something that happened inside of us, whether it's a car, whether it's dress, whether it's it doesn't matter what it is, that we feel like, wow, I want this, and we get it. Some people say, but why did you have to get that? Why do you always have to do this? I say, you know why? Because I have a little tickle in my heart that tell me that's what I deserve. That's what I want. Once you have that vision and you want it, forget anyone else that tell you, but you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to get this one. And feel whichever way you want. But some of these people also come back and said, you know what, Jojo?
You make me want more out of life.
You
make
are
me know,
right.
Yeah, it makes you feel that things are possible too. But I think that's another one of those examples of people looking like, well, why do you need to have that and I can't have that? But so if I can't do that, then you shouldn't be able to do that. They're questioning because there is a projection. They don't think that they can accomplish
and some of them don't even think that way, right? However, when they see it, because you're friends and you're walking with them, you're doing, they may have we all have different styles. That's why I tell people, why are you wearing this color? I say, that's why they have different colors. That's why they have different style, because not all of us want the same thing. All we have to do is to find out what make us happy. Once we're happy, we have peace, we have love. That's success.
Yeah, that is success. That is success. So I want to go back and I want to look too, because I saw a comment here, which I feel like is something that so many of us have dealt with. I think it was Victoria. I think that's the name of the song. Victoria. Yeah. I've always been called stuck up.
Yep.
It has caused me to shrink in so many ways.
Honey, you're bougie. That's all. It's okay.
But
you can look at it that way.
Not even that. I don't even think it's a matter of being bougie. I think it's a matter of you having a presence and that triggering people when you walk into the room. It's the same thing.
Because you know who you are.
It's the same thing. Or you could be oblivious to it and still also have that presence, right? It's just like me going back to me being a child and walking into a room, not knowing what I did that triggered people. It's me walking through my high school, just being me and really irritating people's soul and not knowing that I'm doing that. I think people have a presence, sometimes people's energies might be a little stronger than others. And I think that's just human, right? But it's just sad that you can't be yourself. You can't be yourself without somebody trying to say, you know what, that energy is too much for me. It's so intimidating. Let me say something to you to make you just take it down a notch. I hate, and so many of us have dealt with that. So I hate that, you even despise the tone of your, we need to stop that.
Most of us have.
Yeah. We need to change that. We need to change that. You need to just, I want you to look. Okay. So remember I told you I was going to talk a little bit more about the whole jumping situation. Okay. And how I put a battery in my back. I think before mediation, I remember thinking because I was confused, we're talking about Two of the girls I did know. One I kind of knew didn't like me. She didn't like me because I think she thought that I was dealing with an ex-boyfriend when it wasn't me. My best friend was now dating this boy. So because of that, me and him and her were always together, but she didn't know her. She only knew me. So I think she just connected us. So that I could understand. Although I still feel like, why? What?
It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter. Like I didn't do nothing, but I could see that portion of it. She's never acted like she's liked me. The other girl that I did know, we had Spanish class together. We talked to each other every single day. We would kiki. We talked that day. And then in mediation, she mentioned that she said something that either her boyfriend said something or said something about me that led her to believe that I want her boyfriend. Now, I don't like to call people ugly now. Okay. I do not like that word, but let's just say homegirl's boyfriend was not attractive. Okay. I never gave that man any attention. I've never been that girl. I only was friends with her. She's who I like. So she's the person I keep never paid attention to her boyfriend. But that's the excuse she gave. And I honestly, I think she gave that excuse because maybe deep down she didn't like me and she just used it as an excuse. However, the other girls, I didn't know. So I was very confused how there was that many girls that didn't like me until we sat in mediation. And when we sat in mediation and they started all giving, because they had to go one by one, because she really, the principal was like, I need to know, like, what y'all trying to kill this girl? And for everybody to just have just stupid little reasons, right? Most of it being, oh, she thinks she's all that. She thinks she's all that. To me, it was just kind of like, like there's something that I'm doing. There's something about me that is making people very, very uncomfortable. And instead of they wanted to humble me, which is what they told the principal. They wanted to let me know, all right, that I need to take it down a notch. Okay. So this is why I relate to this, that I need to take it down a notch, when in fact, it did the exact opposite at that time, meaning I wasn't going to be scared to walk in school. I wasn't walking in school going like this or nothing. I've never been that person. Even, the fear of being seen is on a whole different level. But when it came to them trying to make me walk in the hallways and like duck off, okay, or have lunch in the toilet, right? I wasn't going to do that. It really gave me a power where I really felt like I could get through anything. Like what didn't kill me literally made me stronger. Okay. So I think sometimes we need to use like these negative instances, especially if we can survive them. Okay. When you can survive multiple girls pulling at your hair and literally trying to yank your head off your head, off your body, we need to use those instances to make us stronger. And although I know that's impacted me in different ways, small ways, it also impacted me in a great way because it made me more aware of other people's feelings. It had both a negative and a positive impact, but it also made me sympathize for women. It made me say these girls have these tiny little insecurities that are being brought about by other women. And I don't want any woman that's around me to feel that way. So what I did from that point forward was always uplift the girls that were around me in every single way. And then if I had a talent, if I had something that I was really good at, a lot of times I wouldn't do my best in fear of making them feel like their best wasn't good enough. Does that make sense? I wonder if that makes sense to you guys.
The other thing is some of those women, even if you're helping them, right, will look at you as there's something in it for you, for her. She's not being real. Like we're not being real. It's not who we really are. We need to recognize who we are, know who we are, and be strong about it. We'll also hear, she's just selfish. She's so selfish. We're not selfish just because we say no to some people or we don't want to be aligned with certain things.
Yeah.
That's us knowing who we are and what's not good for us. Not because we're selfish.
Yeah.
We get to be selfish. After a while, I had to tell myself, I'm not selfish. I really am not a selfish person. However, if we don't put, that was my example before I even heard it somewhere else. When we get on a plane, they say, take care of the baby or the person next to us that cannot do it as fast. We take care of us first, then take care of the baby. Is that being selfish? No. It's not being selfish. We have to take care of us. Whatever we have to do to know who we are, what we're putting out there, so everybody else can say, oh, let me try that. So we can all grow and be better and
Yeah.
stronger.
That is definitely, I'm going to say that's a really important point about learning to say no. I have definitely learned the power of saying no in the past year. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Saying no, no, I'm not doing that. I'm at heart, I'm a people pleaser. Okay. So I want to say yes to everything, but I realized how that was affecting me doing things that normally I just wouldn't do or that would really be painful to me, okay? Or accepting things that were less than because I knew that that would make somebody else feel bad, or telling somebody no, or rejecting somebody, you know what I mean, would make them feel some sort of way. So I'm the one who ends up taking the loss. I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm saying no. If I don't want to align with it, if it does not, and not in a selfish way. It's just that instead of me doing things that I know that I don't want to do, or that I don't like, or that I don't want to accept, I just say no. And if you feel some type of way about it, then we're not meant to be in each other's lives. And I'm okay with that. I'm finally at a place where back in the day, things would keep me up all night, where I'm just kind of like, oh my God, I hurt their feelings. Oh my God, but I don't want to do that. And girl, these days, I'm going to tell you no. And then I'm snoring that night. Okay. I am snoring, sleep, mouth wide open in the middle of the bed, because I'm not doing that anymore. And that took me such a long time to get to that, where I was letting these things keep me up at night because I wasn't pleasing everybody to my detriment, you know? So that's so important, is the power of saying no. Is it's y'all got to get into it.
Yeah.
You got to get into it.
Priority. Then you'll be able to help more people around because you're stronger.
Exactly.
Then you help other women that need the help to grow.
That, and also just when it comes to I'm going to say one last thing, and then we're going to chit chat. I want to read all the comments and I want to interact with you guys. And we can have like a little casual Q&A. We can just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. What I do want to say this, and the world is abundant. If you do believe in a higher power, especially if you are Christian, there's room for everybody. What's for you is for you. There is no woman that can come in and take what's yours. So there's no need to feel any kind of way. When somebody walks in with an energy that makes you feel uncomfortable, use that opportunity to figure out what that is, okay? And say, that's saying something to me. I need to figure out what that is and work on that. But what is for you is for you, okay? If you have knowledge, if you can help another woman, you could lift somebody up. It is not going to take away from you. You're not going to make less, okay? It's not going to take you away from the husband that should have been. That means it should have never been. There's abundance everywhere. It's limitless. You have to believe me when I say this, okay? It's limitless. When you start thinking in lack, like if you, and I'm not saying people on this live, but it could be somebody on this live who gets intimidated by a woman they perceive as either prettier, smarter, skinnier, more money, whatever it is. You need to stop thinking like that. They're not going to be the person who stops you from getting the man of your dreams or stops you from getting the job of your dreams. The only person who can stop that is you. And it is with your thought process. It's how you perceive yourself. Okay. And the actions you take every single day. So start with believing that everything that is for you, and there's nothing or nobody who can take that away from you but you, and you're going to live a happier life, honestly. There is no circumstance, not race, not gender, that will stop you from having what is for you. And if you believe in a higher power, then you will believe what I say is true. Okay? We need to stop. That's the reason why I'm not listening to nothing. I have never sat here and felt or thought that certain opportunities didn't come to me because I was a woman, because I was a Black woman. Never. And I will never think like that. And there's nothing anybody can make me feel or say to me that will make me feel like that is true. That is not my reality. Okay. I know it's some people's reality because they've made it their reality, but it is not mine. That is not what God has me here for. Okay. So I will not accept that. I can have any opportunity that I want. Okay. I can make as much money as I want. I can live in whatever home that I want. I can have the man of my dreams. The only person that will stop me from getting that is me. I'm the only person. It starts with the decisions that I make when I open up my eyes every single day. I'm literally living in a dream right now. And I had to change my habits to match that of the woman that I saw in the future. And that's how I am here. And if you don't listen to anything anybody else says, if you are on this live right now, I'm here to tell you that I am no different than you and that you can have anything that you want out of life if you just believe it. It starts with your mindset. Okay. I know it sounds woo-woo. All right. But I want you to understand that your ability to have an imagination is not happenstance. Okay. The fact that you can make a movie in your mind is not happenstance, you guys. We take that a little too regular and lightly. We act like that's not a big thing, right? We walk around, we just making these movies and we're just like, yeah, whatever. It's there literally for a reason. Have y'all ever thought about that? Think positively, speak positively to yourself. Think in abundance every single day. Do not speak about not having enough money to do something, not having the strength to do things. Don't speak sickness over yourself. There's no I can't, none of that. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do you want to add, Mama?
What I would add to this is don't spend too much time watching what someone else. You can take something good as an example, right? But don't give one person so much attention that it's taken away from you to get to where you're trying to be or who you're trying to be. All the books out there, so many books that we could have read that tell us that.
Mm-hmm.
Know us, love us, and the rest is, you see something good, someone that's doing good, give them that compliment. You see someone with beautiful hair, say you have nice hair.
Mm-hmm.
You see someone that's miserable. That happens to me a lot. I see people behind the desk and you can tell they're uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
or at a counter. It's like their first day, they're nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else come and make them feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't go after that, to just say, hi, is today your first day? Or you knew something similar, and to see the change.
Yep.
When you said,
yep,
you got this.
Yep.
Don't let anyone make you feel like you don't. We all have. And I've gone to family members that came from Haiti that had nieces that's telling them, oh, you don't speak English. You didn't come here knowing how to speak English. You had to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to tell that woman,
mm-hmm.
we all came here, we didn't speak English.
Yep.
We need to remember, don't let
give grace
and just
give grace.
We got to go back, and if we see something bad, go back and tell that person, don't pay attention to people. That's just,
give women compliments.
Smile.
Yeah, smile at women, give women compliments. I'm that girl. I hate to say this, but I'm the one. I don't see any of the men in the room. It's just the girls. It's just the girls. I'm complimenting the girls. It's like, hey, beautiful. Hey, girl. How are you, girl? Hey, boo, you look so cute today. Da-da-da-da. And the guy is just like, hey, I'm nice. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's the women that I want to uplift.
Yeah,
I'm not here to stroke a man's ego. Okay. They do that enough on their own. Like they get enough of that. But me, I'm seeking out the girl, especially the women that you can tell are having a rough day. Something has got them down, and I don't know what's got them down. So I'm not taking it personal if they're in a rough mood. My contribution is to tell you, hey, your hair is gorgeous. Hey, beautiful. Okay. I love your skin. I love your makeup. I'm going to give a compliment, baby.
Put a smile on somebody's
face. Like get out there and make other women feel good. I'm sorry, I'm very pro woman. Get out there, get out these men's faces. And I know I sound jaded, but it's not even about that. I've always been this way. Get out there and uplift other women. Yes. We are so powerful. It's
And
not
also
going to take away from
don't
you.
get it. We don't get what we deserve. So uplifting
That's
each
true.
other,
It's hard being a woman.
yeah. So it's better for us to stick together. Even if something bad, if you come out with me anything negative, I'm gonna come out and tell you no. You need to look at it because my glass is always half full.
Fatima, she's from Haiti.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's go ahead, Nat. Let's keep moving so we can get some question.
Well, I wanted to get to like a Q&A, but it was on my heart to just talk to you guys. I hope that what I said just really stuck. Lately I have been listening. I think I talked about this on my last live, but there's a channel that I love that I've been listening to a book almost a day, you guys, the Master Key Society. Y'all know I love me some Drake. Okay. I've been listening to that album on repeat for the past month. I have not listened to Drake this week. I have only been listening to audiobooks and just really reprogramming my mind. Okay. So if you go to the Master Key Society, a lot of those books are so just mind-blowingly like amazing. These are books that were written in 1905, 1911, 1920. And I think I said this before, I'll say it again. Those books were not meant for us to be reading. Okay. All right. Which means we really need to read them. Especially my Black women. Okay. I love everybody, you know that. But if we're being real, I do know you said it the other day. Didn't you make that statement the other day? And that they used to say pretty much if you don't want Black people to know something, put it in a book. Okay. So, take your time. Yeah, because these books, okay, are very much needed, and it really gives you a different perspective on just how the world works, just the science of how the world works and how the mind works and the energies that we put out is so incredibly powerful. But you can literally change your mind. I'll end off before we get to our Q&A talking about a girl that I used to follow. Oh, I still follow her actually. She was so inspiring. She was traveling all the time, all types of stuff. I'm not the person who just looks at a picture and I'm just kind of like, dang, I wish I could do that. Not like I do wish that I can do that, but not. The channel is called the Master Key Society. But she would post things on her story, and one day she was posting books that she was reading, old books. You know what I did? I ran so fast, downloaded that book, and listened to that book immediately. I think at that time, yeah, I don't even think we had bought, I know I hadn't bought the house yet or anything like that, but that was like God nudging me towards the information I needed. It was just prior to my awakening. And I'm so grateful. I'm that person who's like, I like how you're living. If you can do it, I can do it. You look like me. You're similar to me, similar circumstances. So if you're talking about your story, how you changed your life, how you went from nothing to this, you're in Fiji, you're in Maldives, you're in Egypt, you're flying around, you're on private jets, you own your own home, you drive a nice car and you're comfortable, you're fit, you're healthy. There was a mindset shift. And I want to be clear that this isn't about the material things. Mm-hmm. It's not about that. What it's about is looking at someone who's clearly disciplined. You can tell they have a beautiful spirit. And I'm sitting here overweight, unhappy, unsuccessful, right? I wanted to learn how she got to this point where she can change her life the way that she did. All right. It's not about the material things she's had. It's how she got to the point where she could obtain these certain things. Like, what was her routine like? What was her mindset like? That's what drew me to her. And that's what drew me to the book. And fast forward a couple years, I'm sorry, you want water? Fast forward a couple years and my life, you can keep it, my life skyrocketed. So I say that to say this. Don't be that person online that when you see somebody sharing a book, you see somebody sharing a quote or a resource that really has changed their life. Don't be the person who just swipes past it. That could be that sign that you've been looking for, that you've been asking God for. Give me a sign, give me a sign, give me a sign. And this something pops up and you swipe past it. I talk about March being very much about discipline. And discipline is also just having a little bit of awareness to see, I need to make some changes. I need to teach myself something new. I need to reprogram my mind. Have the discipline. Like, I'm not listening to music right now. I have an hour and a half commute sometimes each way. I can get a book a day. A book a day. How bad do you want to change your life? How bad do you want to do it? Like, we can't talk about it no more. We done talked about it enough. We're not going to have another year where we're talking about changes that we want to make and then we don't make them. Read the books, take the walks, do the meal preps, drink the water, count the steps. You know what I'm saying? Visualize, do some imaginations, sit with yourself, envision yourself where you want to be. That is so powerful. Take the time to do that, ladies. Okay. All right. I'm done. Let's talk. Let's chit chat. Laverne, you subscribe to that channel? One of my favorite channels. Girl, one of my favorite. When I tell you I have been obsessed, I've been listening. Let me tell y'all the books, okay? Let me tell you the book that I've listened to over and over again, though, this week. I'm not gonna lie. I can't stop listening to this book because I'm so obsessed. I think I did post it on my story. If you're not following me on Instagram, you got to follow me on Instagram. It's at Natalie Stringfield. It's my name. But you guys know I like to post a lot of just, uplifting motivational stuff. Okay, so the book that I have been listening to over and over again. Where is it? The Science of Being Great. Oh my God. Y'all want to talk about obsessed? I was listening to this book. Something clicked so hard with me, y'all. I stopped what I was doing. I was listening to it while doing stuff. I was like folding clothes. I stopped and just sat in the middle of my room because I was hanging on by every single word. It was so good. It was so powerful. Okay. It's about, let me see how long it is. The Science of Being Great. Yep. How to Be a Genius, or The Science of Being Great. It was written in 1911 by Wallace D. Wattles. 2-hour and 17-minute listen. And the reason why I like the Master Key Society is because the actual channel, it's not just them talking, it's the actual book. They take it out, they open up the pages, and you can read it page by page. So it's even better. Like that night I got in the bed and I'm literally reading it while listening to it. Such an amazing book. And then after that, one of our girls, Nastasia, she told me she's also on that channel, loves that channel, and she's been reading Creative Mind and Success. So I went and I listened to that afterwards. Incredible, amazing. And then right now I'm in the middle of The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. Incredible book. Incredible book. Okay. I love it so much. So yeah, if you're interested, I'm just nerding out a little bit, but so let's just chat. Yes, The Science, you got to get it, Claudine. Such a good book. Okay. Susan, let me go back. Susan, if March is about discipline, what's April's theme for us? I mean, we might have to stack that on. I feel like discipline is one of those things where you've got to practice it for a minute for it to become like a thing, right? So I feel like we'll stack on like discipline with something like positivity. I got to think about that. But discipline has just been like that thing for me. I just want to be a disciplined person. I want to have power over myself. I don't want things to have power over me at all. I'm still working on it, you guys. I'm not perfect. Like I fight through it every single day, you guys, literally. So I'm right in the trenches with y'all. I'm no different. I'm no better. But let me read. Hold up. What was the book? Did you get the book, Amina? The Little Red Book. Wait. I'm missing some comments.
And reading those books, believe it or not, they're all in the Bible, but the Bible tells you things differently. This simplifies some of those books that I read because, like my daughter said, I'm Christian, I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. Like I have to be at church and then be that person that going to church but not doing the right thing. So I try to practice what I preach. Right?
Yeah.
So I read it, I try it, and it works. One of these days, when my daughter starts talking about how to manifest, I will definitely come on.
Well, you make a good point. So a lot of these books, when it talks about like some of the books about awareness, all of these books will refer to a lot of verses in the Bible, you guys. It talks a lot of verses in the Bible are in these books. Oh, y'all got to just read the book. Just humor me. Just humor me. If y'all can just do that, humor me. Maybe we need to have like a little mini book club. And what do we have? We only have a few more days to the end of this month. So we're gonna have to do this. We need like a good week where we're listening to some books, and then we can meet up on live and we can have like a little book club conversation about. Would y'all like that?
I like that.
Would you guys like that? Like a little book club? I want us to expand our mind, you know, like y'all, I say this all the time, like the makeup is cool. The clothing is cool. The little hauls, that's cool. But you guys, like the mindset is everything. And you don't have to be religious, or you can be as well.
You can be
whatever
as well.
makes you happy. But knowing who you really truly are is the goal. It is the ultimate goal. And that's what fires me up. I want to talk about that so bad, but I get so nervous because speaking about that can be so controversial. But I also feel like, oh my God, like the women I can help if they only knew. Like I want to tell you every book to read, and I want to discuss it, and I want us to be able to just have an open mind, and realize that there's some things that some people have been taught, and you've been taught it a certain way just so you don't realize that the power is not outside of you, it is in you. And when you figure that out, girl, sky is the limit, baby.
The best way I put it to people that are very religious, because I've been judged all my life, right? And I have to tell people, but God, you want to call it God, universe, whatever, there is a higher power, right? That told us. If you want to go with the Bible, they said God created us to be equal. So that means he was good. He's happy. He's everything. So he wants nothing but the best for us. People tell you they go to church. Well, God don't need me to have all that. God
wants you to have everything.
God, I always tell people that. Oh no, God wants me to be very happy. And guess what, you guys? I've been living a happy life.
Yeah. The thing is, you do not
to be happy.
We've been taught, I think a lot of us have been taught from a young age to demonize success. I'm just gonna give you a perfect example. Have you ever, matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. During the fires, the California fires, people with multi-million-dollar homes in Malibu and all these things were losing their houses, as well as everyday working people. But the amount of comments I saw when someone who lost a $10 million home in a fire, all of their pictures, all of their kids' items, things that they worked so hard for and accomplished, people in the comments like, oh, but you're rich, you know, so what? And what? You're rich. What about the other people? And it's like, no, the other people too, but what about them? They're still human. They worked. People are demonizing people for having discipline, waking up, having an idea, working that idea, creating a business, and making money. Can y'all imagine? Can y'all imagine how salty of a person that you got to be that you can't even have sympathy and empathy for a human being losing their home, no matter how big it is? If you don't have the same amount of empathy for someone who has $100,000 house losing it in a $10 million house, something is wrong. You got to figure out why that is. So sometimes we attribute wealth and success to people and to just evil, and it's not, right? And so sometimes we don't strive for that because we're afraid of that type of backlash. No, we can't do that. So we're going to do the book club. And before we get off, we need to figure out, I think this is going to be so good. Because I would love to share just the things that I'm reading that are helping me now. And it's okay. We sometimes we got to reread it. We got to re-listen. If you're a reader, then you can obviously download these books. I love a good Audible and I love a good free book on YouTube. Okay. Oh my God. The Strangest Secret. Matter of fact, we're going to have 2 things we listen to this week. So you're going to listen to The Strangest Secret. Okay. It's by Earl Nightingale.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to find the original audio of him. This is it's an audio book. You have to find the original. It is probably one of the most powerful things that I have ever listened to. It's about a good 30 something minute. It's very quick. So you can do that too. And we can come back and we can chit chat. The Strangest Secret. It's by Earl Nightingale. That's the book you were talking about, right, boo? Where's her comment? Shamika, that book is good, is it not?
And then after that, ladies, after we try whatever we read, we can come and see the change in our lives.
Yes.
Talk about it.
Put it into practice.
Yeah, put into practice something and watch the change.
Watch the change.
How fast it happens. And
I think we should do that.
Can go. Yeah.
I read and listen to the Audible at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they call it like immersive reading, which is why I love the Master Key Society. So if you like that immersive reading experience, you'll love that channel. They literally take these old, beat up, dusty books. Like in my mind, I could smell the books. I can smell them. Okay. I am such a nerd when I think about it.
Oh, yes, she is. Yes, she is.
I'm such a nerd.
Yeah, I don't read. I don't like to read. I only read so I could learn, right? My daughter at a young age, I had a friend, still a good friend, right? College friend. She goes, oh, I read this book. And he was my daughter that was maybe 10, 11 years old. Maybe. I don't even think you were 11. She said, oh, yeah, I read it. I went like, I'm her mother, okay, you guys? My friend was talking about the book, right? My daughter said, yes, I've read it. And I looked at her and I said,
I love me a good book.
When? She'll read everything. If I could get that, oh my gosh.
I used to read a lot more.
I would be, I don't know what.
Yeah. I have a very large library, but I'm down for the book club. I'm so excited that so many of you are like, yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, she did 81 books. The goal was 75. That's incredible. Tanya, yes, girl, love that audio. The Strangest Secret. That is such a great book. So so let's solidify. I really, really want you guys to read How to Be a Genius or The Science of Being Great. It's one book, How to Be a Genius. But you can also look up The Science of Being Great. It's by Wallace D. Wattles. Hey, boo, I was just talking about you. Oh, thank you so much, my love. I was just talking about you, boo, because I was saying that you put me on to that book, Creative Mind and Success. So I read that. So Nastasia was just talking about that book. And I went and I listened to it. When she was like, yes, I'm reading that book right now, I said, baby, I'm on the way. Loved it. So let's maybe start with How to Be a Genius. And then next week we can move on to Creative Mind, because that was a good one. That's a 3-hour audio book. But I love it.
So we're doing 2 books this week. Is that what you're saying there?
No, we're going to do the audio, The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. Matter of fact, I'm going to make this a banner. Hold on. We're doing The Strangest Secret.
While she's doing that, I can't believe I'm sitting here with you guys. I'm so excited. You guys make me feel young.
How do you spell his last name?
Who? Nightingale. Like do night. And GAL.
You know, these days Google will fix it, y'all. And the other one was The Science of Being Great. Such a good book. Like, I'm talking about hang on to every single word. Girl, I said, baby, we're going to have to give this another listen to. And then if you are ambitious, another book that I absolutely love. I read it a year ago and then I also reread it this week, was The Kabbalion. But we can get into that. I'm not even going to leave it up here on the banner. We'll get into that. That's if you just want to, that's if you want to get through you want to go down a rabbit hole. But let's just start with this, okay? Thank you so much, Truth Seeker. Thank you so much, y'all. I'm so glad. Name of the book club, The Ramblers, Claudine. Because one thing we're going to do, baby, is we're going to ramble and yes. We're going to ramble and we are going to, okay, yeah, Nightingale. So we did. Oh, wait, did I put it up? Duh, y'all. I was supposed to do the banner and never showed it. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. And I'm not drinking and I'm not doing the breathe. I don't know why. So The Strangest Secret is about a good 30-something minute audio. I don't know if I have if I can find the link. I originally found it on YouTube about 10 years ago. I don't know how I came across, but this is where I say, I feel like I was getting nudged towards this book, came across this audio, and within seconds, his voice just captivated me and I listened to all of it. The original purpose of the audio was to pretty much help some insurance salesmen sell. But it was such a motivational book that I was like, dang, this made me want to be a better person. So I want you guys to listen to that to pump you up. If you listen to it every morning, even better. If you go a week and kind of put a pause on secular music, rap, anything that, and this is coming from somebody who loves y'all. If you seen the last vlog, y'all saw the little trap session in the car. Y'all know I love me some music. But I know how to put it away for the purpose of the greater good. Discipline, right? When I want to feed my mind just things that are going to help me elevate and ascend, then I put it away. And yes, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne is great, but I'm going to be honest with you. The Secret, that book stems from her reading these books that I'm talking about. The Secret is very surface level. These books get to the nitty gritty, baby. It gives you facts, science. It references Bible verses. This is coming from somebody. Humor me, okay? It's a great book. I read The Secret 2007 or something like that. Incredible book. But that book, she read these books to get to that book. Okay. So just FYI. Let's see. What did Claudine say? Because Claudine be acting up. Claudine is funny. Okay. She said, I know she called us the book club. We do need to come up with a funny little book club. The Alchemist is another great read. Yes. Yeah, I've heard that. I haven't read it, but I have heard. So yeah, we'll come up with some suggestions. We'll start off with these. I think, first of all, we all want to be genius and we all want to be great. I'll say this. I'll put you guys into I've talked about this on one of the vlogs where I talk about me having, my spiritual awakening. And there was a moment where it wasn't nothing that I didn't know. There was no answer that I didn't know. Okay. If you had a question, I had the answer for it. Don't ask me where these answers were coming from. I know now. I do know where the answers were coming from. But if y'all read this book, and so this is the reason why I know that what I went through wasn't just some weird fluke or that I wasn't crazy, because I've read these books after the awakening. It was just confirmation that I wasn't crazy. Now, at the time, could I tell everybody that I knew everything?
You still can't tell anybody.
Yeah, people think you're crazy. People think you're crazy. So yeah, I'm sitting around like, I can tell you why that's happening, but you're gonna think I'm crazy. But in this book, it really does explain. Y'all just got to read the book. It really is. It's literally gonna teach you and give you the facts on how to turn inward and really find the power within, okay? And how you can be great at any and everything, how you can change your mindset, and how important the mind is. Y'all need to read this book. Oh my gosh, thank you, Gabby. Oh my God, I love y'all so much. Hey, Shelly, you're late. Oh my gosh, is everything okay, boo? Hey, boo. Oh, I've got some. Okay, some girls are still entering the chat. So we got to sit down and chit chat. So if you're just coming in the live, let me tell you what we're talking about. We done started a book club, y'all. Claudine done named us the Ramblers. So let me look at the calendar. As far as the book club meeting, it's like I want to do it on Friday.
You cannot do it this,
but
do this Friday.
the thing is, my mom is going to be out of town, and on Saturday the 5th, you guys, I'm actually doing like a little mini meetup that I haven't announced yet, but I am. If you are in Atlanta, I will be at the Ulta in Buckhead with Butter Skin. I don't know if you've heard of that skincare company, with Butter Skin, and Funky Dineva will be there. We're going to be doing like a little Q&A session. So I'll be at the Ulta on Saturday the 5th. So I will post about that on the community page because it's next week. And I'll probably post on stories. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, because I will go ahead and post about that event. So if you are in Atlanta, I would love to meet you guys. If you are in Atlanta, perfect opportunity to meet some of my girls. It's going to be at Ulta next Saturday. So maybe not this week for the book club, but maybe the following week we have a little book club meeting. So we'll have to read a couple books. So this week, this is going to be the book that we're going to read. I'm going to re-listen to it. I just want to like soak it all in so we can really have a deep discussion. I just want to dive deep. Okay. And then I will post on the community page. So please be on the lookout. Put on your alerts and notifications. I'll put the next book on the community post. Okay. Or should we just pick one out now?
Pick one out now.
No, so then we'll do the Creative Mind and Success, the one that Nastasia recommended. And y'all have to, first of all, this girl just released this song, The Illest Bitch. It's so good. Y'all have to download it on Apple, on Spotify, all that stuff. It is so good. And it's so, I feel like it's so, y'all gotta download this book. I don't know if she's still in here, but it's such a good song. But when I listen to it, it's giving very much It Girl. Like, I done found out who I was. I'm gonna be back so you can see I'm the illest bitch. Like, it's such a dope song that I'm like, yes. So anyway, she recommended this book. Love this book. So Creative Mind and Success by Ernest S. Holmes will be the second book. And then we'll meet up the second week to discuss it. That sound good?
But you're back after the 6th.
So the next week.
The following week.
Yeah, because that'll give enough people. The first book is almost 3 hours. I don't even think it's 3 hours. Let me see. I don't even think it's 3 hours. It's such a quick book. The first book is 2 hours and 17 minutes. If you add The Strangest Secret in the World to it, extra 37 minutes, y'all, you could do that at night. You could do it in a commute.
Cleaning, whatever.
Yeah. The title of the second book or the first one? Thank you, boo. We're going to get on live. You mean when you're asking about the Zoom? We're going to get on live. Oh, the first book is on the screen. Let me know if you can see it. The Strangest Secret, and then The Science of Being Great. So I have it here on the screen. And then the second one is going to be The Creative Mind and Success. Y'all, The Science of Being Great. Oh my God. Let me stop talking about it. It's so good. It's so good. So yeah, so that's what we'll do. I'm actually really excited about this, you guys. This is probably one of the most exciting things, I think, because then I could have some people to like talk about this with. And I'm just excited to hear you guys' thoughts on it too, and just how you interpret it. And then if you have any changes, I would love to just hear like little things that you've had realizations about. So I think That's what I love. Yes, Nasazi, you would love that book. It's so good. Like I literally hung on to every single word. Like that's how into it I was. Like I might re-listen to it tonight. I don't want to forget. I want to be reminded every single chance. So yeah. So all right, now we solidified our book. What else y'all want to chat about? We can be a little chatty before I get off. What's tomorrow? It's tomorrow Saturday. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, a couple of people are like, I'm going to start it after the live is over. I love that. We could walk and read or listen. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So if you're in your car, perfect time during your commute. Mm-hmm. If you're taking an hour walk, you can get half the book done. Put your phone on D&D and listen to every single word. There's an importance to listening to every single word, okay? But books like that, I feel like if I catch myself saying, like if a book got me doing that, I'm like, oh yeah, I needed this. So many things that I needed.
It's almost like, oh, you're talking to me.
Yeah, or just wow, like you really clarified that. Mm-hmm. I needed that piece right there, that piece of the puddle to take me to the next level. You know, hot girl walk and read. Yep. Audiobooks are my fave. Me too. Oh my gosh, Joy is at my mom's house with my aunt. You guys,
my sister came to pick her up.
Yeah.
So I have a babysitter. As soon as she got there, I said, she's yours.
And she came over here.
And I came over, yes. Because
she is so sweet, you guys. When I tell you guys, that girl is so sweet. She's so addictive. She's so happy. Always just smiling and cooing and talking. Like if we called her right now, you'd be able to hear her in the background. Like she's such a girl. Yeah, she's such a girl, such a sweetheart. I mean, I didn't have girls. You know, I have 2 boys. You know what I mean? And I wanted boys. Like I genuinely wanted boys. But having the girl is great because it's like I didn't have to carry and birth her, you know, but I get to love on her from an aunt's perspective, and that feels really good, you know.
Talking about that, my daughter gave me the 2 boys. Of course, I love them. I wanted the second one to be a girl because I'm a girl. Listen, I know nothing about boys except for loving.
Thank you.
Like I love my son. I wanted my daughter, right? Of course, I wanted my son as well. Talking about manifesting, I complain. I talk. I said, I'm not going to have a granddaughter.
Sorry.
I guess I'm not going to have a granddaughter, right?
Because I didn't want to have any more kids.
My daughter said, okay, no more. Yeah. So I keep telling everybody. And my son, that's a different subject, right? So my son started talking to this girl and I looked at her. She's very young and she's pretty. So I looked at her. And I thought about my son. And then one day I called my sister because that's the only witness I have, guys. I said, listen, I'm not giving up on having a granddaughter, right? I said, I think my son, I'm hoping my son and this girl going to have a baby. It's going to be a girl. And they don't have to do anything.
She got it. And look at where we're at now.
That's how I said it to my sister. Not even 3 months. You guys, after I said it to my sister,
she manifested a granddaughter.
I have a granddaughter coming, right? I'm excited. So now I'm like, when is the baby due? They told me December. I said, oh,
because her birthday
I'm in December, right?
Serious, yeah.
And then she said, well, I'm due in January. No, she said November or something like that. She's gonna have it early. It's December, but she's gonna have it like November. I said, I would rather you wait a little bit, like she has something to do with it, right? And I said, I hope it's a girl. My son is like, I don't want any girls. I don't want to have anything to do with them. One of those guys, right? And she said, well, I already have 2 girls. I just want a boy. I said, well, it's not about you guys. It's about me.
And she got her girl.
And I got my girl, born 5 days before me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's so sweet.
She's so sweetheart.
She really is. And you can tell, I feel like she knows that she's loved too.
Yeah.
She gets so happy. I mean, because she's seeing nothing but like love and smiles and hugs and snuggles. So.
And we talked to her last time. She talked all the time.
She's so sweet.
But
so you
she's
guys will
super
see more
nice.
of her because
Yeah,
she's
a
here.
sweetheart.
She's here with us, so you guys will see her.
Yeah.
So thank you, Alana. Thank you so much on the 74K. I'm so excited, y'all. We hit 74K. It's crazy. And then also I want to touch on, and thank you, Amina, so much. I'm so happy that you love the channel. I really do. And I love that we love the same stuff too. That's why I love like this community, because I feel like it's so hard to find like-minded women. So I love that I'm finding my tribe, my girls, and it just feels good to have such positive women around, because it's been something that's been just one of the most difficult things to find in my whole entire life. So I cherish you guys. I love you guys so much, so genuinely. And I'm grateful. I'm so incredibly grateful for you all. And also, Claudine had a question, and I love this question because we've been to talk about it. She said, any thoughts on dimming? Let me show it. Any thoughts on dimming of one's life to stay in a relationship? Girl. There's so many of us. I feel like at this point, raise your hand if you found yourself in that type of a relationship, you know, where you're dimming your light, and staying in something that's just not serving you, you know. And I don't mean it in the sense that everything should be about something serving you in that way. I hope you guys get what I mean by that, but not serving you in the sense that you're not getting no better, you know. It's not helping you to grow. You're sad and you're not being your authentic self. Actually, I wanted to talk about that too. But when you're dimming your light, you're not being your authentic self, right? You're a shell of yourself, right? So, yeah, the fact that it's so many of us is crazy, y'all. It's crazy. It's too many of us that are in these relationships, and then we're just like,
it's sad,
not being ourselves.
It's sad.
You know, to be in a relationship for so long and not recognize who you are because you're so busy trying to change every little thing about yourself to not make somebody else feel uncomfortable is just something, that feeling, it doesn't feel good. That I think that's when you need to really listen. Don't let anybody bully you, okay? Don't let anybody bully you into thinking that you need to stay with someone because you're gonna break your home, or you need to. If you are not with someone who uplifts you, who makes you feel like the queen that you are, who loves you for who you are, okay? A true partner where they love you for who you are. It's because you are who you are is why they love you, not because you're like, you know, dimming your light so they could feel better about themselves. That's not who you want to be with. And I think it's perfectly okay to be like, you know what? I made a mistake. I'm involved with the wrong person. You got to choose yourself. I think so many of us have done it. I know that I've done it. And then there comes to a point where you just kind of like, I don't want to do this no more. You know, I don't want to do this because the more I do this, the more I'm making somebody feel uncomfortable about themselves. And at this point, I don't want them to feel uncomfortable. Baby, if I'm making you feel that uncomfortable, let me relieve you of this issue that you're having. Yeah. But I can't do it anymore. I just think you have to have the strength to choose yourself. And sometimes that might be walking away from a relationship. Now, I'm not telling anybody to go out and do that. I'm not telling you to do that. What I'm saying is we're not getting any younger. Like I'm not getting any younger. Time is just going by. In this life right here, I don't want to have any regrets. I saw something the other day where it was something where they mentioned they prior to someone passing away, they had something connected to their minds where they can kind of read I don't know what the word is, but they can pretty much tell that one of the receptors of something that was going off in their head was them replaying back memory, but it was quick. And it's literally, the way they described it is that they were pretty much, their life was flashing before they passed away. Right. So it kind of proves that, yeah, your life flashes, you know, and before you pass away. And a lot of that is people going back and thinking about the way they live their life, the wrong, the good, the bad, the I shoulda, coulda, wouldas, right? I don't want to have that moment where I'm about to go and I'm thinking about what I should have did, what I should have had the courage to do, what I didn't do, and how I settled for things because I didn't want to make other people feel better, or I didn't want to choose myself. I think it's just really important for us to have the courage to choose ourselves. And it might be scary, but God damn it, I'm proud. I'm really proud because I've had a lot of fears with choosing myself. It took a lot for me to do it. It took years for me to do it. I remember my mom telling me stuff like, I don't know why you're worried about anything at all because you're good. You're going to be covered. Like life is going to be okay, but you need to be happy. You need to be happy. And the minute that I got that strength to do it, and it's not that it wasn't scary while I was doing it, but you guys remember that I told you guys that I learned how to kind of redirect fear. And now when I'm scared to do things, that's my signal that I probably need to do it because what I want is on the other side of fear. It was just kind of like, nah, I'm gonna keep on going, scared or not. One thing God has never done is let me fall. Never, ever. Even when I had no relationship, even when I did not know, I've never been let down. Okay. So I do think that a lot of us have the same story, Claudine, but we need to start picking ourselves. We need to have deep conversations with ourselves and figure out what's most important. Let me just read this really quick. I had to build up the courage to leave and let go. Yes, baby. And I'm proud of you because it's not easy. It's not easy. What did Tanya say?
With anyone that makes us feel, anybody. Doesn't matter who it is, family, friends.
Yeah. I gotta go up. Girl, let me do it. Oh, I missed it. Dang, what was Tanya's original comment? I'm so busy talking. Dimming your light is self-sabotage. Agree wholeheartedly. I used to dim my light and eventually left my ex for more reasons than one. Yep. Best thing that ever happened to me. Yup. It always seems like it's scary and then it ends up being like the best thing. And you know, I'm somebody I don't like hurting people. I don't want people to feel bad. So I think that's one of the reasons why it was very difficult for me to do. And I just had to give myself permission to just be okay with being happy. I deserve to be happy. And so I cannot be uncomfortable for the rest of my life so somebody else could feel better about themselves. I can't do that. I can't do it.
You know what the thing is? It's when you
I demand to be cherished and respected and loved.
To let them know.
Yes, Susan.
Enough is enough. And they don't get it. That's the part that's hard. Okay. If only they would go, okay, I understand.
Look at this. There's so many of us. You see that? It's so many of us. It's too many hands up for my liking. The freedom is wonderful.
And we become stronger.
Hard time finding someone to talk to about goals and leveling up as a woman. Glad I found her. I'm so glad you found it too. Yeah, and I agree. I do think it's hard to find people who want to talk about that because there's so many different types of channels, right? A lot of people don't like to get too deep, but I just feel like sometimes we got to get deep because how do we grow if somebody doesn't talk about the things that help us grow and expand? Like I said, I love all the girly stuff. Y'all know I love the girly stuff. Y'all know I love that stuff. But if you really want to know what really, really makes me excited and makes me happy is conversations just about growth and mindset changes. Those are I could talk about that for days and days and days on end.
Yeah. The material things come out. You know, it's a bonus.
It's a bonus. Yeah. Oh, I love me a good, nice thing, honey. I love me a nice place, a nice car, nice clothes. I love quality everything. Y'all saw I about lost my damn mind when I went to Cabo. I had never been anywhere that beautiful. I love it. Now I'm like, that's the standard, right? I love stuff like that. And I believe that I deserve those things. But above all else, the things that I cherish the most have to do with my awareness, have to do with spirituality and being as close to God as possible. That comes above all else. But the thing about that, though, the thing that's so beautiful about being that connected to God is that I don't have to not have those beautiful things. I get them both.
Need to know. Yes,
I get them both. I get to really experience the wonders of life because I am that close to God. And that's the beauty of it all. You know what I mean? The way society brainwashes women about relationship needs to be studied. Girl, let's talk about it. Boys need to be raised to be better men, because why are men even doing this? You know what? That's an interesting comment. And you know what I've learned? If I'm going to keep it real with y'all on my theory and why. At the end of the day, if you think about it, we're all married. We all have been married to similar type of guy, right? It's really in their nature, y'all. It's really in their nature. If you think about the type of pressures and things that we put on men to do, and the reason why it's so difficult for them to do it is because that's not their nature. It's not. We're asking them to be something that by nature they're not. And because they're not conforming to how we're telling them to be, how society has told them to be, we're hurting ourselves in the future. I've lost, like, there was a lot of things that I was holding on to on what a relationship should look like, what a man should look like, how they should be, what they can do, what they couldn't do, and things like that, that I no longer think that way. Like, there's some things, even when I see that I don't get involved with these conversations, but I'm just going to give you a couple of examples so you know what I mean. For instance, there are women who will be very angry with their husband or boyfriend or significant other for, let's say, an attractive woman walking in and them looking, right? And they catch them looking, not ogling, but them noticing it, right? And men aren't blind, you guys, and they like pretty things. And instead of being angry and upset and going crashing out because you found out that your husband, your man, your boyfriend, or your significant other finds another woman attractive, you're always going to be disappointed. You're always. So the Haitian, my mom is Haitian, honey. So the way I look at it now, and I don't expect to ever be in a relationship with a man that's not going to find another woman attractive. What you're going to hear society and social media say is, when a man loves you, he won't find any other woman attractive. Y'all, that is not true.
That's right.
A man is a man. But the tourist in me loves luxury. I'm with you, girl.
Yeah. But it's not even only, let's keep it real, you guys, because I'm older than you. Most of you probably over there. We also see the good-looking guys out there, right? So if we can see, so can they.
So can the, yes.
We got to keep it real. But I tell people, even me, getting into a relationship, get to know the person. When the guys come and talk to us, they already see what they can get away with, what's going to be of use to them, how they're going to manipulate, and for them to be whatever. They are their best. So that's why at my age right now, I'd rather pay attention, right? We need to. I do.
Discernment.
I do. Some of them, somehow, I don't know if they change or whatever. But anyway, the thing is for us to know what we want, to look at the guys that's talking to us, not let them get to us by the little words, the little DDD. I say, I don't want you to tell me nothing. I'm just going to watch you. Right?
Period.
And if you see a guy, when you're ready for that you're watching, go ahead and talk to that guy. I promise you. Talk to that guy that you see, because we all have flaws. You're not going to find 100%. Like they said, we don't need them. We like them. We don't like them, but we need them, right?
Who's going to take out the trash?
Yeah, y'all? No. There are certain things, there are certain things that we need. It's really, when we're in a relationship that's not messing us up, that the person is there, even though they're lacking some stuff, go for the men that you know that you want. Because when they come to us, they already know what they want from us.
Yeah.
So now we need to watch out for ourselves to know what we want. It's not about them. It's not about what they're telling us. Because you already know what you see that you want from that man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I think once we realize just the nature of men, like they're just men, y'all. They're just men. Like they are who they are, and we're putting pressures on that. And I'm not saying every single man is the same way, but I am saying that men are human. And I'm sorry, I've been in relationships, have loved, who I was with, but it didn't mean that when another man walked through the door that I didn't find them attractive. I can find them attractive and not want to have anything to do with them. That doesn't mean I don't love my man. That just means that I have eyes and I can see. Why do we believe or ever think that our men are all of a sudden blind because we're there? I'm not saying that they're going to cheat. I'm just saying that there's some women who don't even want their husband to find another woman attractive, which I think those are some things that can cause some insecurities in relationship and cause unnecessary friction, right? And that was just one example. And there's tons of other examples, but I think that when it comes to the original comment that I was responding to is like men need to be studied, right? And the thing is just men are just different. They're just different from us. And I don't have the most expectations from men now at this point, but now what I do expect though is respect, our kindness, okay? And if we're going to be each other's helpmate, where we're going to lift each other up and we're going to be here to support each other, hype each other up, build together, because I'm not building no man up, then that I want that. I love that, right? And I'll love all of that while understanding that they are still a man, right? I'm still going to expect for me to give you a list at the grocery store and you're going to come back with everything wrong. That's still going to happen. That's still going to happen.
You see, that's when you see the difference between my daughter and I, right? Because I'm going to do the grocery if there's something else you can do for me that I really don't want to have anything to do with. My ex, in the beginning, took good care of me. I never knew how to put gas in my car, wash my car. That was the beginning, right? And that went on for years. It changed. Now, for me to be in a relationship, I make sure that's the one thing I'm going to tell people. I don't want to wash my car. I do it because I have to. I like my car to be clean. I clean it. I put gas in it because I don't have a choice. I lived in New Jersey. I would drive my car, pull in the driveway, and there is no gas. That's how bad it was. Guys don't want to do that anymore. I have a problem with it.
But I think
I don't mind doing grocery. I do grocery, but I'm not carrying it.
But I do think that you have to find the guys that's their thing, right? Like I'll say this, throughout my entire marriage, y'all, I did not bring groceries in the house.
Yeah.
I hadn't brought groceries in the house for 12, 13 years, you guys. And when I say at all, I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. I'm not playing. I just started bringing groceries in the house, y'all, last year. I just started doing it. So I will give my husband that, right? He's, hey, you just sit there and look pretty. I'll bring all the groceries in the house, so.
And we each have to pick whatever it is that we
that's our
want
thing.
From that relationship. What's important to us that's going to make us happy. It's all about us being happy.
Yeah, we have to have better pickers, right? We just have to really pay attention. We got to pay attention. It can't be about what they look like. Men could be very charming, and we just have to stand strong. Like y'all already know I have on man repellent right now. I don't want to be bothered with men, right? Like as far as like relationships, I'm not entertaining any guy at all. Now, if I'm out and about, Natalie is going to be Natalie. Okay. So if y'all see me somewhere, right? If y'all see me somewhere being cute and being me, that's just me being cute and being me, but not me wanting to take a man seriously. Cause I'm just not, I have other goals and men are not a part of it. And I realized, they're just not a priority. And I'm just not really into giving someone that much attention when I've got stuff that I'm doing, because I do think, let me tell you, one of the biggest like lies I think that women are being told is that you need to be a kept woman and you need to find you a man who makes so much money that you don't need to do anything. Like you can just be completely dependent on a man. I think that is one of the biggest lies that we've ever been told. And I'm here to tell you, have your own money, sis. Do not depend on a man. I think it's okay to want to, I love that word, recentering. Oh my God, I love that. Or decentering men. Yes, but I thought you were saying recenter to ourselves. And I love that. You made up a whole new thing, girl. We need to make that a trend. But I'll never ever depend on a man. I will have my own, and I will still want a man who's doing just as good, or if not better. Better is even better, right? But I'll never put myself in a position where when I'm unhappy, when something's going left, or you do something that has crossed a boundary for me, that I can't pick up and walk away comfortably. So I say that to say, have your own money, you guys. Make sure that you build yourself build wealth, and you're capable of it. I hope you know that. I don't care where you're sitting at right now watching this. You are most certainly capable of building wealth and being financially free, that you don't have to deal with something because you can't leave, because you can't afford to leave.
Yeah.
That is the worst feeling in the world, to want to leave a situation, but you can't because you can't afford it. And your quality of life would change, or maybe your kids, or maybe even be homeless. So one of the biggest lies out here right now being pushed is for women to find a rich man so they don't have to work. Baby, don't do it.
You know, I never thought.
Don't do it. Oh, don't do it, y'all. I'm telling you, don't do it. There's very few in a perfect world, y'all. You find a man that's caring, loving, kind, okay? Just a straight unicorn who's also filthy rich but never hurt a fly, right? That's different. But we're on earth, y'all. We're on earth. And a lot of times there's a lot of people who get money for the purposes of power. Not all, but some. And you got to understand that. So you have to use discernment. You got to be able to watch people. We got to stop rushing into relationships and marriages with people. We got to stop expecting people to propose to us within 6 months. We got to stop that. Do you know how long a man can lie and put up a front? Do y'all know how long a man can lie and put up a front? Stop listening to these people telling you a man should be marrying you or should know that he wants to marry you within months. Don't do it. There is no rush to get married, y'all. There's no rush to get married. Okay. Men lie for long, extended periods of time. People can lie for a year. So be careful. I'm only saying that just pay attention.
Just pay attention.
Or just start asking the hard questions. See how people are reacting to certain situations. Like if you see a red flag, baby, block. I'm done. We got to have that level of strength.
Yeah, if it keeps happening, and we have to listen to ourselves, because there is
intuition.
There is different ways things happen. That's why I tell people, love is love. Let's look at life for what it is, right? You probably have the right man, everything's going okay. One thing happened or another. Your man decided, or something happened. Okay, now he no longer loves you, and he wants someone else, whether the younger, the older, it doesn't matter. Let's pay attention to ourselves. We can see. Nobody had to tell me what my ex-husband was doing. No one. Even when we were dating. Don't tell me. I find out by myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when we see it, let's not put blinders on. Keep our eyes open.
Yeah.
And when we see it, we question it. Depends on how it happens. The answers that you get, keep paying attention and make yourself a priority. Respect is not there. Goodbye. Because without respect, there is no love.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible.
A man is not a plan. Yes, I am dying at liabilities. Yeah. I am dying at liabilities. I like that one.
But we just have to keep on. The honesty is within us. We have
be
to
aware.
Be aware.
Like
that's what it is.
And I'm gonna tell you this, y'all. Oh gosh.
Some of them are good out there, though.
I pray there's no men on this live.
Well, they're gonna hear the truth so they can get their stuff together. That's even better.
No, because I'm about to say something. I'm about to say something that I think that women misunderstand, or maybe some women do not realize. There's a reason why we are extremely powerful. And that it's not just because we're super smart and could, multitask and that we give life. It's that men's number one weakness is what we hold between our legs. Okay. That's a huge, powerful thing.
Yes.
Okay. Amongst other things. It's not only the fact that we have that, it's something that they all want. All right. Not unless they're gay, obviously. Right. But for the most part, That's something that they want. Okay. So not only do we have that, we're also smart. Okay. We're also the ones, we're organized, we're multitaskers. Like they recognize it, y'all. They recognize it, y'all. Okay. So money is a way in which men get power. All right. And just like Amina said, when men get money and they have that power, unfortunately, as women look at that power, and I think honestly, it's not the money that we're attracted to, it's the ambition, right? It's like, wow, what did you do to get to all of this, right? Like you must be the big guy. And that is something that, women can fall a little weak to. You got to be careful with these men with money, and you got to be careful not to so quickly, okay, give up your power. All right. Take your time to get to know these men. Don't let men pressure you into sleeping with them because, oh, if you don't do this, then we won't be in a relationship. They all want that's why they have the ability to lie. It's a game, it's a sport. I'm not saying all men, but it's so much more of them than they are the little needle in the haystacks that you need to be careful.
And that's
you
why
need to be careful. Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, keep your eyes open and don't let that what we have also be play game with men either. It goes both ways.
Yeah, of course.
Because a lot of women I know, even my age, are on a beauty salon. Are on a beauty salon. So guess what? I dealt with women and I heard, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Don't play game with people either. We don't want them to do it to us. We shouldn't do it with them.
Yeah, our intention should always be pure.
Let's keep our life real. Pay attention.
Ask questions. Our intention should be pure. And so you want to pay attention to who you're with, and you don't want to give up your power quickly, because the minute that you do, you leave yourself open, because as women, we do have a weakness. And that's the thing. They know once they get that, we're stuck, right? How do we act when somebody put it on you? Next thing you know, we're dumb as hell. And we can't get out of the situation, right? Because we think about that one night that somebody done flipped us over and put us on. You get what I'm trying to say? That's why I'm trying to say that power of just sitting back, relaxing. Don't get too excited over men, and I think that if you're not in a relationship right now, this is the best time for you to get to that point and really practice some discipline. We don't need to get excited about every man that comes across, even the ones that look good on paper, even the ones that are 6'4", tall, dark-skinned, handsome, make good money. Those be the ones. So we need to don't just sit back and watch these men for long periods of time. Give them some time to really give them time to reveal themselves. And these are lessons that I had to learn, y'all. These are lessons that I had to learn. So I'm learning them so that way you don't have to if you haven't already. Okay. Like learn from my mistake. Okay. This is for the girls only. What happened? What happened? My man gave me that game. Girl.
Haitian has a say. The goat look at the owner's garden before they get in. So men pay attention, they watch, they pray. And then after that,
then they pounce. What they do?
So that's why us as the owners of the garden, always watch out our garden. Don't let these people come and confuse us.
Let somebody mow your garden down. But yeah,
another story for another time. How I play with it. You gotta play with it.
Period. She said, if Jay-Z can cheat on Beyonce, no.
Listen, if you say
men are men,
Halle Berry, it has nothing to do with
it's men's insecurities. Men are men. Men are men. Men are men.
And weaknesses.
Like,
because a lot of women, just like we're talking right now, we respect ourselves. We do the right thing. But you also have some women that are out there that don't respect themselves.
And they are preying on these men.
I had a woman sit in front of me, young, and most of them I was giving advice to, right? Who said, "Oh, I have fun going for the married men and watch them leave their wives." That means you don't respect yourself.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, this is why I'm saying that men are particular types of creatures. You know, there are some men who don't ever cheat, and you know why they don't ever cheat. I'm gonna keep it really real with y'all, and some people might disagree, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. They don't cheat because they don't have the option to. They don't have somebody knocking their door down, begging, right? Some people just don't. They don't have the options. They do not have.
What
They,
does it mean?
they don't have the options. I'm talking. So men are weak. There's so many men that are weak, right?
Remember, there are examples, you guys.
Listen, men are weak. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Men are weak. When you have a man like Jay-Z who has a woman like Beyonce, you think he's satisfied, right? He has Beyonce. But Jay-Z has a million women trying to get at him.
Yeah.
And how difficult is it as a man to just be like, oh, it's not even about not loving Beyonce.
Yeah,
It's about him being selfish and
about
saying, dang, but I gotta do this because
Weak.
I'm weak.
Yeah.
You know why? Because that thing is powerful, which is what I go back to say, why women are so powerful. But if we used our power for the right thing, we would own everything. But we don't. We're giving it up too quick, too easily. We're not using it for the right reasons. And so, like I said, also, y'all, I'm not saying every man. So I don't want anybody here who's happily married looking at their husband like, ugh. I'm not saying that, right? There are some really good men out here who are content. There are some good men who actually cheated in the past, learned their lessons, and been like, that's just not worth it to me. That too, right?
I'm about to lose a good thing.
Yeah, that too. And they practice discipline, right? You just have to find a very disciplined man. So I do want to put that out there. I'm not saying that you could be with a man and a man, but for some men, they'll be faithful forever. And then one day some random girl comes and starts doing and saying little things and giving them a little attention. They're like, wait, hold on. I might have a shot. Okay. So I just don't want people to be naive. And I'm that person who, I don't necessarily think a man cheating on you doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. It just means that he's selfish. He has some sort of insecurities. He has some sort of weaknesses, and he just cannot keep it together because that thing is powerful. Okay. So somebody put men cheat because yesterday was Thursday. Y'all are funny.
Yeah. You have your own little
my girls are funny. Yes, but this right here, men cheat because yesterday was Thursday, the sun came up, they like Snicker bars, they just I'm dead. But I mean, I hate to break it to y'all. Like, there are a lot of cheaters. There are a lot of men who cheat.
But
and then
really
they are
it's okay for them to do it. And it's that
some men do, and some men are feel very guilty about it.
A lot of them tell you, well,
yeah, some men, especially the men who have the money and the power, they don't care, they don't give a damn. But then there's some men that I do believe honestly are heartbroken that they've hurt somebody that they love, especially when that wasn't the intention, and they learn a huge lesson by it, and they keep it together. And for that, I say, okay, like I love that. I don't think I'll ever go into a relationship thinking that it can't happen to me or it won't happen to me. I'll never, ever, ever go into a relationship believing that I'm above getting cheated on, not because I think less of myself, but just because I know men are men, right? And I know that men cheat, like our good sis said, because yesterday was Thursday. It is what it is, you know?
Yeah, and that's why we have to keep ourselves real. Honestly, that's all it is. Keep it real.
Yeah, I agree.
Open mind.
If women really knew how powerful we are, we would be invincible.
I'm with you on that one.
That's what I've been trying to say. Like, you wouldn't be able to stop us if we really took back our power. I wish I could have like a closed session with girls, because y'all, I would say a lot more than I'm saying on this live, but then people would think that I was like man bashing and all that other stuff, which I'm not. It's just that I have realized that
I don't know, but you know what I tell men
so
get when I'm doing things, when I'm doing things.
You don't have to whisper for real. You don't have to whisper.
I'm your mom. That's how you get like me. You know what? Men, when I'm looking at me and I'm looking at a man that's not whatever, and I look at myself and I say, oof, I love me some me. And I can see the anger, the insecurity, everything coming out. It's like, I hate your guts. But I want you in my life to get me to where I want to be. That's what I'm watching. That's why we have to be careful. Keep our
Mhm.
eyes open. Okay.
So
What
Tanya
about you?
said, yeah, girls who don't want a man unless he belongs to someone else. Yeah, absolutely. There are definitely women like that out there. And just that's why I say just using power for the wrong reasons, which
Yeah.
is
Well, yeah.
horrible.
Which is no. Yeah.
And yes, there are definitely exceptions to every rule. I totally agree. Not all men are like that and not all women are like that. But I do believe that if we find just the power within us and to know that we're better when we stick together, we're better when we uplift each other, because just the power is great. Like, y'all, the things we'd be able to accomplish if we didn't tear each other down. We're pit against each other all the time, and we fall for it. We fall for it. And I think it's so important for us to have groups like this, communities like this, where we're just finding out like, hey, you know what? We're a lot more than we think we are. Like, it's the fact that so many of us have been dimming our light. We have too much of the same story when we're really the most powerful creatures on earth. Like, we're women, y'all. I'm telling you, it is a privilege. I love being a woman. I love being a woman. But man, what I had to go through to find out how great it was to be a woman, that was a lot of pain. That was a lot of hurt that I had to go through, a lot of suffering that I had to go through, all for the greater good, all for the greater good. But when I realized the blessings that it was to be a woman and to really know who I was actually, right? And what I can accomplish by not only being a woman or being a soul in a woman, right? That was it. that was it. And it's only just begun, because this just happened a few years ago when I really started to look at myself and say, you know what? It's such a privilege and an honor to wake up as a woman every single day. It really is. And that's why you'll find some men how many of y'all know men who are jealous of other women? There's a lot of men who hate women. Thank you, Jeannie. She said needed this safe space tonight. Yes, girl. Sometimes we just gotta vent and just talk about it, because it's hard being a woman, but it's a beautiful thing. But we
It is
really
a beautiful
go
thing.
through a
It
lot.
It is really. My daughter said it earlier. And that's why, you know, how people talk and they say, I want to come back a dog. I want to come back a bird. Oh, definitely, I want to be a man. Not me.
Finley, side note, can we get another fragrance? Yes, somebody commented that the other day. So yeah, I'm gonna do like a little updated fragrance. Y'all know right now I love me some Zara. I've been tearing Zara up.
Get it out there.
My own father tried to compete with my mother and they were married. Ooh, her.
Some of them just control it, period. You have no say so. You can even pick out the house. You can pick out the bed. You can pick out the sheet. All the say so.
Competing with your wife is the worst. Crazy.
My husband said it to my face, not ex. To my face. Can I just be right? Even though I'm wrong, just let's say I'm right. We cannot do that, you guys.
Oh my God. Let me see. Girl, people think I'm man bashing, so now I keep my mouth shut. And
no,
yeah, but that's what they do. People
yes, they
think
do. They do. But we're not man bashing.
It's just a realization that a lot of men have just fallen in the trap of being like, I don't know, low key, right? This is my little theory. Low key, I think that men really do know how powerful we are.
Yes, they do.
And I think they despise it low key, right? And that's why you have men that are competing with women. So basically, what you're taught to do, honestly, right? To have a happy life, right? You're taught to shrink yourself slightly and stroke a man's ego so that way you can let them think they're doing all, which I'm okay with that, right? I'm okay with like nudging someone and letting a man think that something is their idea. I am okay. As long as at the end of the day, you do what it is that I'm telling you to do. I'm okay with letting you think you came up with the idea. I do think that at the end of the day, they want to be the ones. They want to have all the good ideas. They want to have all of they want to be the one that saved the day. That's just how they're wired. And y'all know me. I like to play the game that gets me to the next level, right? So the fact that I realize that men do like to get their ego stroked, if it's done in the proper way, you're gonna get to the final boss. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get to the next level. But as long as it's benefiting the both of us, there's no wrongdoing there. If I gotta stroke your back and ego to let you think that you came up with a good idea when in fact it was my idea, as long as we get to the idea, I don't care how I do it. I really don't. But that's me not resisting men as what they are by nature, right? I'm not gonna try to change the man. I'm just gonna try to play the game. There's another book. I'm putting that on the list. What happened?
Giselle.
I'm now in my mid-50s now, and social media has shown me how much men despise, hate women. Yep.
That's the truth. That is the truth.
Yeah. No, they do. I mean, it's so many things. It's only modern men that don't know how to handle multiple women at once. If you go back to the Bible, those men always had multiple wives, but never just for sexual pleasure. Yeah. You got a point there. You got a point there. What happened?
The yellow one.
What yellow one? My husband is over here like, what are you listening to? Girl, turn it down. No one out of the room.
Like we said, we have good men out there, but we do have to watch out for ourselves. Honestly, that's all we're saying. We have to watch out for ourselves because they do have good men. And when you have a good man, you lift him up. I agree with that.
We got to change our tone so that we love the men. Let him listen to this part. Let him listen to this part. We love, there's so many great men. They're amazing. We need them. Let him listen to that part. And then walk out the room so we can get back to the real conversation.
No, but let's keep it real. They do have some good men. I agree with that. They do have some good men.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
That doesn't mean that we have to be blindsided by a lot of stuff, even if we see it and we're busy lying to ourselves. That I don't agree with. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's a good idea.
I'm cracking up. Now I need that lesson. Which lesson, Jeannie? Yeah, I'm all about, listen, there's a lot of things that like I used to resist, right? And I used to be like, why do they got to be like this? And why you got to do that? Just society in general, right? So men being a certain way, when I realized that pretty much almost every single man I dealt with was very similar in just their nature. And it's too much of them for it to be just a fluke, okay? So we're talking about there's some men who are different, but most men are very similar beings, right? Instead of resisting that and just getting angry and upset trying to figure out why all men are like that, baby, I'm gonna learn the cheat code and I'm gonna play the game how it needs to be played. But I do that with so many things, right? I told you guys that when I lost weight, I realized just how different I was being treated by other people, right? When I was overweight, people treated me worse. You know, they didn't treat me well. And it was like subtle little things that maybe originally I didn't realize until I lost the weight. Then I was like, oh, people be out here treating you crazy. What happened? My mother's over here cracking up. Tell hubby to go drink water and mind his business. So much. Girl, put the earpods in.
It's so much fun with you ladies.
He should not be hearing what we saying.
Yeah, because it's about us, you know.
So if you want to make him feel like we're not talking about this, let me know when he's back in the room and I'll say all the right things, girl. That's why I said like we need like a closed room session or something, okay? Because we don't need the men's hearing this. This is things I would never tell a man to their face. Like I would never tell. Oh gosh, should I keep this live? I might have to trim this off the back.
I was born in Haiti, raised and born. Born and raised.
Mm-hmm. We cutting up in here, y'all.
Thank you for liking me.
There's so many people that are going to be watching this after the fact. They're going to be like, y'all were cutting up. But seriously, that's so funny. So yeah, if you're home with your man, we might need to turn mute. Ego stroking. I'm so honest and right. My ex would get mad. Yeah, I think, yeah. But we've all been there, right? I also feel like I could honestly say there's been times where I'm not stroking the ego because I'm just like so fed up. And in a way, I want to say like maybe I felt, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I was resentful. So there was no ego stroking. You know what I'm saying? There was no ego stroking. But I do feel like moving, like I would have no problem with ego stroking. As long like I still have to be with somebody who is respectful, okay, and who treats me the way that I deserve to be treated. And knowing what I know about men, just doing that for the purposes of not making a man feel less than, because I know their nature, if that makes sense. So while my mother keeps saying that she would never do it, I do. Because like me, oh baby, I want an easy life. All right. So I'm not going to have a man at home feeling some kind of way and then therefore starting to mistreat me or resent me because I can't do these little things. That's where me and my mother are different.
I'm gonna give credit where credit is due, right? But
I'm a game player.
I'm not gonna play that game. I don't play games. I don't play games, right?
Oh, I do.
I'm only, playing, but to a certain extent. But when you want to diminish,
that's not dimming. We're not talking about dimming.
They're like,
that's not what I'm talking about.
You feel good. You do it all. But I'm gonna say you're the one that did it because to make you feel good. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is, because what I know that majority, almost all men are very ego driven. Okay. What makes them feel good about themselves and makes them want to do more, right? They're more happy to do things. And they're like, oh yeah, I came up with this great idea. And my wife is so excited about it. I feel so good. It puts them up here. That's what I mean.
That's different. That's good.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, then, babe, I'm sorry.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Then in that case, I agree.
Yeah.
But listen,
I'm going to do it.
Get a smart man, though. You know what the smart men do, because they do have some out there? They know that us women keep them growing. We elevate them. We're the one behind. They can be in the front, but they're gonna give us that credit that we so deserve. That's why they say they're behind every successful man. There is a powerful woman. It says it all the time.
Yeah.
If only some of them would educate themselves to know that with us next to them, because I've watched it for 13 years, if we next to them, we better. I got you, babe. I got you. So we got your back. We got your back to make you better. You know what I mean? What the little thing you're missing, I got you to get you to the next level, because we're both growing together. That's what we need to watch out for.
Yeah, but that I think that goes to really finding the right partner. But the right man. We have to pay attention to who we choose. You know what I mean? Because if not, you're gonna find somebody who's like, nope, I want to be the one. Let me read some of the comments. Y'all, we are really cutting up. We still have 188 girls on here.
I have to go home and thank my sister and my brother-in-law that are babysitting.
We just need to know our own self-worth no matter what.
Yes.
And you know what?
Yes.
That's the self-love.
Yes.
So I think that's, if you really truly love yourself, there's some things you're just not going to stand for. There's some things you're not going to stand for because you think so highly of yourself. You know who you are inside. You love yourself. You treat yourself right. You guys know why I like going on these solo trips and doing these things for myself, because it's making me fall in love with myself. I'm setting a standard for myself. That way, when somebody else comes in, if they don't at least meet my standards that I have for myself and how I treat myself and how I'm kind to myself, if I speak nothing but positivity over me, I'm not going to ever take a man that's not going to speak that same type of positivity or lift me up. Then you can't sit with me. You don't belong here. I'm not wasting my time with you. I've healed myself. I've learned my lessons, and you don't have to. I'm not trying to get burned no more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it starts self-love. Love yourself enough to not let anybody play in your face. So start treating yourself well from the inside out. Take care of your mind, take care of your body, take care of your soul. Get your little manicures, get your pedicures, take yourself out on a date, a nice date, okay? Set a standard for yourself. And then you won't take any BS from anybody, because you're like, nah, baby, I could do this for myself. So you definitely got to come in and add to it, or you can't be here.
When you see it happening, let me give you a little story real quick. There is a lady that
Victoria,
I knew.
Thank you.
There's a little lady I knew that started going with a guy. She used to dress, I call it sexy. Okay, sexy. I like sexy. She met this guy. You can tell they were having fun, dancing, they're doing everything together. And then they got married. After they got married, I could watch that woman change in front of my eyes like it was nothing. And I was married at the time, right? having fun. I was the same person with my husband having fun. But that woman, I could see her losing herself in that relationship. She started dressing differently. Even when she was dancing with the men, you can tell. I mean, I was in pain just watching the thing go down. Then you know what happened. She couldn't take it anymore. They still have to separate it, but they made a beautiful couple in the beginning, because after they got married, he made sure that she changed the way she dressed, because now she has to dress for him. I cannot do that. I got to dress for me to be happy. Don't get me wrong now. For husbands are listening, I will put on things to make my husband happy, and that makes him, but that doesn't mean I'm going to lose myself. And if you tell me something that I know, when I go out there, when I walk out, I don't feel like I'm being myself because I want to go and sit in a corner, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I cannot do that. I'll please my man, but I'm not doing, you're not going to have me put a
change
sack. You're
yourself.
not going to have me put a sack over myself to make yourself. No, that's your problem, not mine. Mm-mm.
Yes, I love this. Susan, take yourself to Paris with me next April, y'all. We are going to Paris. If you didn't know, next year, and my mom is coming too. So I'm so excited about that. Yeah, we need to love on ourselves, you guys.
Yeah.
Self-love. Don't dim your light. Somebody asked for like words of affirmations. There's so much power in you speaking those words, starting with I am, and then everything. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am smart. I am worthy. I am healthy. You know what I mean? All of those, everything that you want to be, those are the words that you need to speak over yourself, that you're worthy of love, that you are beautiful, that you are strong, you are healthy.
I can do this.
Yes. Okay.
I got this.
You have to be able to speak that. And it's very important.
It starts with us.
It does. It does. Because at some point, you're going to impress upon your subconscious mind that this is what it is. This is what you believe. And it cannot help but believe it and make that the reality. It's just a law. It's just how the world works, y'all. You just got to try it. Put it into practice. Just you do it as an experiment. How about if you don't believe what it is that I'm saying, just try it.
Yeah.
Try it for real, though. Give it a good try. If nothing else is working, then you have nothing else to lose. There's never been a time in my life that I haven't done things like that. Words of affirmation, visualization, asking for certain things, writing down what I want, okay? And giving it all I got and not get everything that it is that I asked for. There's not a time. It works. I've proven it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And when things start going bad, do you know when those things start going bad? Is when I start thinking negatively. And when I realize that I'm thinking negatively, is normally maybe I've gotten back on social media and I've come across some things, and maybe some things are skewing my mindset. When y'all see me go ghost, oh, I'm zoning in and I'm locking in. And those times that I do that, I start elevating. It works. You just humor me and try it as an experiment. Just as an experiment. You got nothing to lose. The only thing, first of all, I've never seen somebody do something positive every day and have a negative result from it. Have you? I never seen it. You seen it? I ain't never seen it. If you've seen it, just let me know, because I ain't never seen it, y'all. Vision board. We love a vision board around here.
Yes, we do.
We love a vision board.
I did a vision board. Everything on that board
came true.
Everything. Yeah.
Now I gotta admit, should we talk about that for a minute though?
Because I was gonna say it's another subject for another day. To be honest with you, honestly, you guys, because the part right now it's to really focus on ourselves. Honestly, like I would go in front of a mirror and talk to myself. When I'm talking to my sister, that's what I used to tell her. I said, I literally have to go and have a talk. I said, stop being a hypocrite. You know, I used to say it to myself. So, and then I heard a lady that said, talk to yourself in front of a mirror every day. I was happy to see it. And I'm like, wow, look at ourselves. Let's keep ourselves real.
Yep. Yeah. Visualization, you guys. Change your mind, you'll change your life. Change your mind, you'll change your life. If you truly believe that you can accomplish everything, I'm not saying that you're going to wake up tomorrow morning, you'll be like, I could do everything. It's like working a muscle, right? And this is the reason why I want to do this book club and why we really should make it a priority. Y'all make it a priority. Please, if y'all don't do anything else for me, y'all, read those books I suggested. If you've been feeling down, if you've been feeling down, if you've been feeling like, I don't know what to do next, if you've been feeling like, man, life just doesn't feel like it's going well for me, man, like times are rough right now. If those are your thoughts, you have no options but to listen and read those books.
You know what else? I'm going to share something with you ladies. When you feel like you don't have any energy, and no matter what you do, you cannot come out of it, get some salt, get sea salt. Put it in the tub. If you cannot do that, put it in your washcloth.
Getting that old wisdom, y'all.
You know how they say the beach help? That's something I just find out by myself.
Yeah.
Once you do that, if it's too much, drag yourself in the bathroom. Get a little sea salt. If you cannot even get in the tub or you don't have a tub big enough, get a washcloth. I've been there that I couldn't even stand up. So I would put the water in the salt in the washcloth and bathe with it. Let me know. Try that to get us out of the funk so we can start the discipline. Someone said something about discipline earlier. Do the discipline a little step at a time. Just one thing. Be consistent with one thing and then go to a next level, because I just had to do it after the fire. To bring myself back.
Yeah. We'll talk about the fire story, visualization, manifestation, and how sometimes this is the reason why you can't question God and why things are happening to you, because you might be manifesting stuff, and because we live in a world, it's gonna happen how it needs to happen. Okay. And you have to also learn how to detach your things from things materially too at the same time. Like we lost all my mom's like pictures of us when we were babies. I mean, lost absolutely everything. If there was this super attachment to all these things, like as if life was over because you lost them, then she wouldn't have been able to handle that fire, right? But she handled that with grace. To lose everything overnight, like you have no clothes, no shoes, no socks, no underwear, no bra, nothing, everything poof, gone in instant hours. To cry one day and then the next day for us to be like, well, something good is about to happen. We'll find out when it does. So we'll have to tell that story time another day, because, and this is a testimony to, when you think things are getting worse, you're probably right around the corner from the thing you've wanted the most, right? Or the thing that you've been asking for. It might feel like something that's bad is happening, which is the reason why when something's happening that feels like it's the end of the world, you need to really turn around and look and think.
Don't say, why me?
No, it's happening for the greater good. You'll find out when you need to find out. You just need to be thankful and grateful, okay, for the redirection. Okay.
I don't know if you understand that. That's when they say béni la contrariété. What's that in English?
I don't know. What is
Isn't that sad?
So I wanted to talk about this comment. Like, my relationship changed when I started making more money. Oh, girl, we've been on here for how long? We've been on here 2 hours and 30 minutes, y'all. We have to get off. Yeah. But this right here, as a woman, making more money than your partner is very difficult.
I'll answer to that. My relationship changed when I started knowing who I was and started making beaucoup money.
That I think that's that competition thing, right?
Yeah.
I think it's very difficult.
The ego for the man.
Hey, Crystal. I don't think I could date a man who's not doing better than me. And not because it's all about the money. It's just that I don't even want to take the chance, honey, of somebody feeling uncomfortable. Also don't want to be going around paying for everything either, if I'm being honest, but I just feel like I don't want to even take the chance, because it's so difficult to find somebody who's okay, with you making more money. But then also I just think, as a woman, in my nature, I feel like if I'm out here if I'm sitting here grinding every single day and I'm hustling and I'm figuring out ways to like just do better and build wealth for my kids' future and all that other stuff, or just taking care of my family, but you don't match that energy, I think I would start to just feel some type of way. I'm just keeping it a buck. From the Virgin Islands. Yeah, this was a really good talk. This kind of spiraled into all types of stuff. Crystal, are you just getting in here or have you been here? Yeah, y'all. Exercise your mind like you exercise your body. Yep. This is exactly what I needed to hear tonight. Yes, I'm glad. Hey, Jayla. Yeah, I feel like this was such a good conversation. I'm so glad that we had it. Somebody also mentioned that I have to give a heads up. I did. I scheduled this earlier today, you guys. So turn on your notifications. I posted about it also. I scheduled this live, so the notification should have come up. And then I also posted about it on the community page. I got to figure out why YouTube does what it does, because you gotta put on your notifications. That's the best that I can say, and hopefully you'll get notifications. But I'm gonna get on live so much more, like the office hours, y'all, back in full effect. Back in full effect.
The same last name,
Crystal Simon. Yeah, my mom's last name is Simon. Oh, boo. She said I'm just getting in. Yes, you will have to replay. It was so good. We had a time in here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my mom is a whole mood. She really is. She is the reason why I am the way that I am. Y'all think I'm crazy? Oh, y'all think I'm a trip? This is where I get it from. She gets on here like, hi, ladies. Yeah, everything is happening for you, not against you. Yeah, if you just really shift that perspective is everything, which is why we have to work this mind, which is why y'all have to read these books, because it will teach you. Matter of fact, it's gonna say that. I got that message far earlier before I ever read these books, but it confirms that everything is happening for you. And because we live on Earth, the way things have to go down in order for you to get what you're asking God for is just the way that it has to go down, y'all. It's just the way that it has to go down, you guys. You might have to lose a few people. You might have to lose a job. You know, it might feel horrible in that moment, but you need to say, what's happening? Why is it happening? This is why awareness is so important, and faith is so incredibly important, because when you start having that faith, if you get a call one day and somebody say, hey, we're going to have to let you go, instead of you panicking, you're going to be like, all right, what I need to look to God. I need to look inside to figure out what my next move is, because this is happening for a reason. I need to figure out. I've had horrible, crazy things happen to me that I'm like, why is it happening? Why is it happening? And my life turned out for the better than I could have ever expected. And I've always said that, like, dang, can you imagine if that didn't happen? Crazy stuff I'll probably never talk about. Crazy stuff happened that I'm like, yo, if that never happened, then I wouldn't even be here. So I'm not questioning nothing. I'm not questioning nothing. I'm just gonna thank you so much for the redirection. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and trust you on this one. Perspective is everything, Neek. Yep. But believing all things are working for my good. Absolutely. Exactly. And they are. And they are. But the minute you start saying, why me, why me, you're going to lose it.
Don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't question.
Nicole, what happened? It didn't start that way. We've been together 10 plus years and I continually work my way up the corporate ladder. Oh, we're talking about your relationship changed? Yeah.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Sometimes, and if we're being honest, if we have just some, I the ability to empathize with men just a little bit. I feel like I sound like I'm a man basher, but if we're being real, I think, men have a pressure to provide and be leaders, and they want to be. I think that men are happy when they are, right? And so I think that it's just like a blow, to their ego if you're out earning them. And I feel bad in that sense. I do feel bad in that sense that they're just kind of like, oh my God. Because I feel like when men hold money too, this is another, not all men. I'm just saying, I feel like also when some men have money, they feel like, oh, well, she'll take more shit from me too, because I have the money and I'm out earning, right? They hold a little bit more power, which is why I say it's important for you to earn. Susan. What I missed the question. What did she say?
She wants to know if something was pinned. The books.
Are the books recommend? Oh, let me do it, baby. I'm gonna do it right now for you. So we're probably not gonna have a live. We're not going to have a live this week only because there's a lot going on. And then I also have an event on Saturday morning at Ulta, the Ulta in Buckhead, Atlanta. And I will kind of release more information. And if you guys are in the Atlanta area and you can come out so we can meet each other, hug each other, all that stuff. It's going to be a little Q&A panel, but it's at Ulta. It's going to be a skincare master class with Butter Skin, and Funky Dineva will be there and I will be there. So 4:38 is crazy. Where are you, love? I'm so glad you enjoyed the live, though. Oh, Jeannie. Oh, I'm sorry, boo.
What happened?
She's saying 11 years they just broke up and she's pregnant. Oh, I'm so sorry, boo.
But Jenny.
But everything is happening for a reason.
Like I say, at my age, sometimes it's even better to be a single parent than to be in a bad situation.
Wrong relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because your baby's gonna be happy to be happy because you're gonna be happy. Unless you see that you want to work it out or whatever.
Yeah, but you know what's best. If you're moving back home with mom, then it's for the best. And we just need to, you just need to know it's for the best. And you might not know exactly why it's happening the way that it's happening, but you got to stay as positive.
Tell yourself
possible.
It's gonna be,
you're gonna be better for it. Yeah, isn't that crazy with Funky Dineva? I'm really excited to meet him too. South Africa. Oh my gosh, I want to go to South Africa. I was just talking about South Africa to my friend, how bad I want to go.
Where exactly?
7:40. Where exactly in South Africa, love? 7:40 p.m. in Oakland, California. Oh, so it's real early. That's right, because you in California. Look, girl, we about to go to sleep over here. The event at Ulta is April 5th, Saturday. I want to say, let me tell you what time it starts. And then I'm going to post something on stories, also on community posts. I'm just waiting on some more information, but I will share so much more. But I want to start telling y'all now. So the masterclass itself starts at 9, but there's a Q&A and stuff like that starting from 11 to 1. So I'll post all that stuff, the links to everything soon, but it's going to be next Saturday. Starts at 9 in total, but there's another event that starts right after the masterclass at 11 a.m., which is where I'll be.
Okay, I see what she's.
Durban.
Should definitely come. Yes.
Yeah, I want to go super bad. You guys, I'm in my traveling era. You have no idea the things that are on my list, and I'm going to go.
Oh, somebody's birthday.
The April 5th is your birthday? So it's April babies. There's a lot of birthdays. My father's birthday is on the 6th. April's birthday is on the 5th.
Ricardo. On the 5th.
Oh,
so many.
And the baby. Top. Yeah. So many birthdays. So yeah. So we're going to read these 2 books. So for those who just hopped in on the live or during the replay, and maybe be skipping around because this is a long live, y'all. This is about 2 hours and 45 minutes. And we still got 180 something of us in here. Hey, girls. And I know we don't have 180 people commenting, but it's okay if you're just watching. I know some people are watching on TV and stuff like that. But I hope all of us ladies who are on here will read those books, whether you comment or not. Read the books, y'all.
I can't wait for us to.
Yes, this is gonna be fun. So in the next couple weeks, we will come back and we'll have like a really good, juicy conversation about these books. It's one of those lives. Well, I don't know if I should leave it private or not. I don't know. I'm very funny about stuff like that, you guys. Maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe I just have to leave it out. I feel like it's the plan. It's God's plan. The sisterhood is popping. Yep. I love y'all. I love y'all down. I know, Susan. I wish you were here. I know, but if you are in Atlanta, for those who are in Atlanta, I would love, love, love for you guys to come and to meet you, because you guys know I'm still trying to plan something bigger, but this is a great way to just come out really quick. Central area, be other people. Hey, Tara, you just joined. Oh my God, you missed, girl. We were in here cutting up. We were in here cutting up. April 7th. Oh, happy early birthday, Angela. The titles of the book are on the screen, babe. The Strangest Secret is an audio. Just search that on YouTube. The Science of Being Great. You should go to the Master Key Society is the website, is the channel on YouTube. Free audiobooks, and you can also read the book while listening. Incredible, one of my favorite channels, and I've literally been binging them all week, y'all, all week. So The Science of Being Great, and then The Strangest Secret. And I would just say, give The Strangest Secret a quick listen to. Yeah. Like, you can listen to it in the mornings, you know, while you're getting dressed. It's such a powerful, incredible, incredible listen. It's not a book. It's an actual audio. It was meant to be an audio. And it's from, I wonder how long ago. Let me see. Let me tell y'all. I love these books that are from, let me tell y'all when that book, well, it wasn't even a book. It was an audio. The Strangest. In the 1940s. The 1940s. Okay. They've been trying to tell us. They've been trying to tell us, but this one is a very motivational book. This is this gives you a clear cut definition of success, what success is, and everybody's version of success is different. It's really about being the absolute best version of yourself. You should wake up every single day doing what you love to the best of your ability every day, no matter what that is. And then one day you will master that thing, no matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. You pick it. You pick it, but you wake up every single day. That, like I said, the audio is something that they were playing for insurance salesmen. So he does talk about sales in this audio, but basically just talking about how if you can sell something, you'll never be broke. Okay, the people in sales, they make the most money, and this, we already know this is a fact. But it's the core of the book is about being the best version of yourself, doing the things that other people aren't willing to do. Okay. You're doing the things other people aren't willing to do, and you're doing it to the best of your ability every single day. And he challenges you to do that every day for 30 days and watch your life completely change. That's why I want y'all to listen to that too. And then move on to The Science of Being Great. Y'all will love it. I hope y'all love it. I love that book so much.
Somebody just recently got their passport in what?
I just recently got my passport and I don't know where to travel to first. Girl, I'm going to say Mexico, but y'all know I love it.
And I'm going to say, if you don't make it, do Paris with us.
Yeah, you can always do Paris. We're going to Paris in April together, boo. You got a year. You got a year. Tara says hi. Hi. She says she's always looking beautiful. Oh, thank you. So much. But yeah, April. Yeah, and we're going to Paris in April, y'all. Literally in April. So best time, if you have a birthday around that time, then you will be in Paris for your birthday. So, but other than that, Mexico, great, quick little trip. Where do you live? Where are you out of? Because you can get to Cancun really. I love, girl. I go to Mexico once a week. I swear. I don't know why.
Yeah, she's a Mexico girl.
Yeah, I love y'all. Let me tell you why I love Mexico. So let's break down the reason why I love Mexico. Because the islands are beautiful too. The waters are gorgeous. Like the sand, the beaches, everything is beautiful. I've been to the Bahamas. I've been to St. Croix. I've been to St. Martin. Where else have I been? I'm trying to think about other islands that I've been. St. Kitts, St. Lucia. And while those places are beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous, I just, if I'm keeping it real, when it comes to like service, kindness is Mexico for me. I've never had a bad experience. I've never had a bad experience in Mexico at all, you know? So I would say go to Mexico. And I feel like it's kind of inexpensive too for what you're getting.
She's in California.
Oh, you're in California. So you can do Cabo quick, girl. And Cabo is my favorite. Do Cabo, girl. You would love it. You would love it. I love Mexico. You'll never hear me say a negative word. I love Mexico. I love the Mexicans. Love them.
Right.
Love them.
Got you.
Love them down.
Got you.
They're just so sweet. They're just so nice and kind, and they're grateful that you're there. You're grateful. I went to St. Croix. Beautiful. Waters are beautiful. Everything. But do you remember? I don't know if you were there that day. We went into a restaurant. You would have thought we were bothering them. They were so agitated and irritated that we came in for service and they treated us as such. And I was like, dang. And then charged us an arm and a leg. Like the tables weren't together. So we weren't having seats. So they were looking at us like, I mean, what you want us to go get you? What, some chairs or something? Like it was such I was so disappointed. I was just kind of like, wow, like what a way to make us feel wanted. So now St. Martin was great. I did have great service, but I'll just say I'm talking about if you want to get the red carpet like literally rolled out for you for your first trip, I'm gonna say Mexico all the way. I loved it. She said, I'm convinced. To Mexico it is. Yeah. Amazing. Love it. Actually, the details of Paris will probably come out like the very, very, very beginning of April. Like I'm gonna have a standalone video where I'm gonna really talk about and break down the whole itinerary, how everything works, the company that we're going with, all the information, all the links, all that good stuff. So within the next few days. Within the next few days. Ooh, Aruba. Oh my God, I want to go to Aruba. Me either. I want to go so bad. You have to let us know how it is, girl. Because in 2 weeks, girl, I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. The resort you stayed at in Mexico. Oh my God, that resort. Y'all, when I tell you, man, I still be thinking about that. Like I feel so blessed. I mean, that was just an absolutely gorgeous resort, and the service was top tier.
Professor Sagittarius, what does that mean? Why?
Let me see.
Name,
where?
Name. With the P. The present
Professor Sagittarius. Probably because she's Sagittarius. How is customs now in Mexico with this president? I don't know, girl, but you know me. I be like, I'm covered. I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna roll through customs. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna be good. All I know is when I call the hotel where I'm staying at and I talk to them, they are just so like welcoming. Hey, yeah, what can I do for you? What do you need? They want me to be there. I'm gonna be there. All right. Not to mention, I'm Haitian. No. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm not, whatever's going on, it ain't affecting me. I'm gonna get to Mexico. I'm gonna fly through customs. They're not gonna bother me. They're gonna let me get into my car that's gonna come pick me up. It's gonna take me to the resort safely. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna have the time of my life and return home safely.
That's when we have to keep ourselves really going. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen.
She's also Haitian and also going to Aruba in 2 weeks.
Who?
Professor Sagittarius.
When is your birthday?
A walking club. I love that idea. Aruba is hot, but it's hot and expensive. Ooh, I need to price it out. But I want to go. I gotta go. I want to go. Is it like so expensive, but not worth the expensiveness? Is that what you're saying? I don't mind things being hot. Jamaica is my happy place. I need to visit as well.
I haven't been there either.
The people in Aruba are outstanding. I love that. We love outstanding. Bermuda, people are so kind. Oh, I gotta do Bermuda too. You're coming. Yeah. She won't be here. She won't be here.
Oh, she's right here.
Oh, so yay. Perfect. I'll be so happy to meet you. So you'll have to let me know. You have to be like, Professor Sagittarius.
Why are you Professor Sagittarius?
Let me see. I experienced my Bora Bora. Girl, we got to talk because that's on the list too. I want to go to like Bora Bora, like the Maldives. That is a dream, girl. I'm so excited for you. How long were you there and how was the flight? That is so funny that they're both going to be in Aruba in 2 weeks.
Wow. Wow.
I think what I'm afraid of, because you guys know, even when I go to Paris, that's going to be the longest flight I've ever taken. And I don't want to stop anywhere too. So the reason why I'm like so okay with doing it, because it's a direct flight. I think it's 8 or 9 hours from Atlanta, and it's direct. So I'm like, okay, I could do it. I'll just fall asleep, you know? Jamaica was wonderful. Yeah, I need to go to Jamaica too. Soon, you guys. That'll be like next on the list or something like that. I'm trying to go everywhere, you guys. I'm trying to go everywhere. But anyway, you guys, it's getting late. It's like 11 o'clock. Antigua.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Beautiful.
Oh,
I'm with you.
We were supposed to go this year, but they wouldn't go.
Yeah, we were trying for Antigua.
We
were trying for Antigua. Okay, so I had to fly to Bahrain. Girl, flight was a day and a day and a half. How'd you do it? Oh, you're gonna be. Oh, I'm so excited. So yeah, we got a couple people come to Ulta. I'm so excited. Drink a breeze on the flight, period. I'm gonna need to get through it. I know too many people. I like my privacy, especially for my students. I get you. That makes sense. Are you saying that's why your name is Professor Sagittarius? She said she saw a beautiful resort in Haiti on social media, but they always show DR. Yeah, that's true. They do.
That's because everything from Haiti changed.
There's a lot going on.
I tell you, it changed, and it keeps, you know. When I was growing up, it was.
Eat at bomb places in Aruba, you're gonna have to come out of pocket. Go to Kamani's Kitchen, best Caribbean food. I mean, I don't mind coming out of pocket though. I don't mind paying for good experience, good food. I don't mind.
Listen, quality, we pay for it, and
I don't mind.
As long as we can afford it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go broke now.
Yes,
but
exactly.
I don't mind paying for it because I don't want to be disappointed either. You know what I mean? But I also like local foods. Like I remember when we went to St. Martin. I went on a girls' trip to St. Martin's. We, for the most part, ate where the locals ate and had the best food. It was so good and had a time. We went to when I think about it, we were really wilding out. I remember us going to some parties, driving down some dark roads, going to house parties in St. Martin. It had the best time ever. I lived a life. I'm going to say that.
Probably because, would you do it still now?
No. I mean, I wouldn't do it. And if I had a daughter, I wouldn't let Joy do it. I'd be damned, because that for a girl in her early 20s, that could have went wrong. We didn't know where we were going, but I had a good time. We had a good time. I'm not gonna lie. I'll say I've just been blessed, my girl. Oh, another birthday, April 5th. Crystal's, your daughter's name is Zara. That's so pretty.
Oh, that is so, yes.
I love that. Yeah, I want to go to Dubai, but I'm very afraid of the flight. Good night, Tara. Yeah, watch the replay. We talked about some good stuff. We had a good time on this chat, you guys. It's 11, and I got to wake up because I got to film
and we have
multiple things. Yeah, we have a family event tomorrow. We got family in town, and I know. Oh my God, Mom.
Yes.
What about the stuff for the mac and cheese?
Well, I told my sister that I'll find a way to make it happen tomorrow. You guys, I was tired today, but I had a lot going on.
Okay, but anyway,
so
you guys,
tomorrow I'll pick them up. Send me the list.
Okay.
Pick it up tomorrow morning because at least I'm not babysitting.
All right, guys. Well, this was an amazing live. I had so much fun with you guys. This is why I feel like we need to do this more often because we really get to kiki and get to know each other. But I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful for this community, our little sisterhood that we have. I hope we never change. I hope it only grows. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. like we normally do. Okay.
Love you, ladies.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you so much
Thank you for being here, Mom.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you for putting up. Thank you. Love you guys.
All right. Bye, ladies. Love you guys so much. Mwah.